Bill Maher had a fight with Dr. Phil on his podcast.
Okay, I need to see this.
I know. Bill Maher has a podcast called Club Random, and he had Dr. Phil on, who I guess Dr. Phil's retiring at the end of the year. He's done. He's calling it quits on the Dr. Phil show.
Well, at a certain point, you realize you sit stupid people down, and they're just not going to learn. It's like, you can beat sense into a raccoon, but it doesn't mean he's going to, say your name.
That's about it. Yeah. I mean, look, Bill, you talk to enough dumb whores and they become more famous than you start to get a little pissed off. I talked to the stupid Catch Me Outside bitch, and now her tits have more subscribers than I have viewers. It's discouraging.
Everyone else is getting the Phil bump, I'm in a slump over here. It's time to hang it up.
I got to tell you, if I got to talk to one more trans person, I think I'm just going to go fucking ape shit. So Bill Maher wanted to, of course, talk to Dr. Phil about Trump and Biden. And, Bill Maher may have, like, a little bit of based shit in him now. Like, he may be getting old and kind of fed up and all that. But there's still a big chunk of Bill that lives in that bubble where, I don't know, like, he doesn't know people strongly dislike the direction Joe Biden's taking the country. And that's like Democrat, Republican, and moderate. Like, he's got a 30 to 35% approval rating. The vast majority, 2/3 of this country, think this guy's doing a shitty job. And that's just the ones that'll admit it. So he brought up Trump and Biden to Dr. Phil. And I tell you, Johnny, he was absolutely shocked that Dr. Phil could believe that maybe Biden is doing a worse job than Trump. Couldn't believe it. And it started right. I mean, I expect it from like a CNN person, but like Bill Maher can go and say something that's remarkably coherent, totally based in, reality and everything else. But then he can still find his way into that bubble where he's like, how could someone think that Trump is did a better job than Biden? It's like, I don't know, people who pay for gas, groceries, and just about everything else.
Look, if you're honest with it, the only way you can sell it to me is you got to admit it's impressive how he's pissed off everybody. Like, I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Biden's ability to suck is in a way an accomplishment because nobody has done it to this extent before.
Exactly. Thank you to Peterbilt Piston for the $50 super chat. Very nice of you, sir.
Thank you.
195 away from today's goal. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to the Bill Maher, Dr. Phil fight.
Trump, you got to be on the page that he's worse than Joe Biden and very different than Joe Biden. Come on, Doc.
Look, it's not politics that determine the outcome of society. It's culture. I don't care about politics. You go back to the beginning, and Democrat and Republicans have been in control about 50-50. They've had control of the House and Senate while they were in control of the presidency about 50-50. They've had it not in control 50-50.
I mean, that's a good point, but also Bill Maher's set is fucked up. What is he running, like a 70s disco?
I almost feel like it's like a closed down strip club. Like, I feel like if we turn the camera around, there's a stage and a pole.
Oops, it's like a dimly lit. Yeah, look at it. It's like a dimly lit.
Dude, that's
room.
A VIP room. You can't tell me it's not.
Yeah, he's even got a chick with giant tits in the background. It looks like somebody's about to grind on your dick for $30 a song. That is an odd set. Like, Bill really does have that Peter Pan syndrome. I think we looked it up the other day. He's like 67, and he's still behaving like a 28-year-old bachelor. Bill, come on. At some point, what did they say in Wedding Crashers? Time to grow up, Count Chocula. Jesus. He's got like 18 different boozes there, and he brings Dr. Phil on. He's like, hey, you know what this looks like? This looks like a 30-year-old divorcee in the 70s building the party basement that he always wanted.
My bitch of a wife wouldn't let me have this shit. Well, now it's time to do it my way.
Yeah, except now you both qualify for Medicare, and you're still hanging out in that basement.
Bill, it's called a midlife crisis. At this point in life, you're supposed to have moved on from that. You're out of it.
Bill, you're supposed to be doing reverse mortgage commercials, not this shit.
I can't get you to just out and out say that Trump is a completely different animal than the politics on the left and the right that we both agree is very lacking on both sides.
But that's why people chose Trump, is he was a rock through a window.
He was something. It's the same thing of why Minnesota picked Jesse Ventura when we did. We're like, you know what?
Yeah.
How about fuck these two? We're going with something different.
Right.
Granted, Trump ran under a Republican thing.
I love that, like a Bill Maher, who's a smart guy. I love that he says the reason and then acts like he can't figure out the reason. He's like, ugh, Donald Trump, come on. I mean, I know he's a rock through the window of the two-party system that people hate, but why would people pick him? Just repeat the thing you just said. That's exactly what it is. He's a protest vote. Well, why would people pick him? Because they're fed up with the left and the right. Well, I know that, but why? It's like you're talking in circles with Bill Maher.
But that he is a completely different element and much more dangerous.
It's a completely different element and much more dangerous.
Much more dangerous.
You know, all those hundreds of billions of dollars that Donald Trump spent funding that war in Ukraine. Oh, I'm sorry. You remember all those orders that Trump signed when he was president that forced people to get an experimental medical treatment or they couldn't work? Oh, that's sorry. I apologize. Yeah, you're right. He's a really dangerous kind of animal.
You know that huge border crisis we had with.
Oh, yeah. The border crisis. I forgot about that. By the way, that's tomorrow, I think, that Title 42 or whatever expires, and I guess there's like hundreds of thousands of migrants just camping
700,000 migrants, according to, I think, CIA or FBI estimation.
Oh, my God. And they're just waiting till tomorrow to cross over.
And that's not including the ones that are still crossing at this point in time. The best part is people like, what do you mean they're waiting? I thought it was open season. Like, no. People are getting caught and sent back currently. So there is a healthy number that are like, we're going to wait till that thing ends and we could just walk over and go asylum and stay.
Yeah. And now correct me if I'm wrong. That was all part of COVID, wasn't it? The Title 42.
It was the one decent thing COVID did for us.
Right. It was, if you get, what was weird about Title 42 isn't it just basically enforcing the law?
Yeah.
Title 42 is like, hey, if we catch you fucking around and you're illegal, we send you back. It's like, well, why does that have to expire? Why can't we just...
the reason is we're sending you back because you might have that horrible COVID and we don't want you to bring that in. And, but as long as all of the migrants distance by 6 feet and wear masks, we can be okay with it.
Guns, fentanyl, and crime, you can bring those things in. I mean, we're not total prudes, but I mean, I don't want you coughing on us. Jesus.
And look, if we kick you out once, you can come back 1, 2, 3, 4 times before you do something major that we have to do something about.
Hobo Chili Recipe says about Bill Maher, I can get a pinball machine now. I divorced my wife. I got a discount with my AARP card. Jennifer says Bill Maher never had kids. Kids are pretty crucial to making a person grow up. That's, you know what? That's a pretty agreeable statement.
I'll agree to that. Mine made me grow up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess Bill not having that part of him developed, I suppose, I guess you would say, maybe makes him, but that doesn't explain why he can say why people would pick a Donald Trump and then not understand why they
picked Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Yeah, I don't get that part. An otherwise intelligent guy who, is it denial? I don't know. Stevie J, yeah, this is the quote from Bill Maher. This is basically what I was getting to. We agree that both sides are terrible, but Trump is different, and that's bad.
That's like the people who are like, look, man, I'll tell you, I don't really subscribe to either side. I kind of pick each story based on what I hear. Yeah, man, you can't pick either side, but we have to agree the Democrats are worse. And I'm like, you just picked a side.
Right. Exactly. I think the Bill Maher thing is just Bill Maher's career the last 5 or 10 years has been you watching Bill Maher and going, you're close. Ah, shit. Just missing it by that much. Ron Stoppable says he's dangerous in the sense that he has power, just like anyone with power can be dangerous. Yeah, I think the idea of the president is dangerous, if you think about it.
I think the idea of a president who is behaving the way Biden seems to behave is kind of dangerous, because the thing is we see him very well put together on the edited video segments, but whenever you see him live, you're like, that's not the same guy.
No, right. Yeah. King Kong Dong says at least Bill didn't have a kid at 74 like Mr. De Niro. Fuck that dude, 79. De Niro just had another kid. He's 79 years old.
Robert De Niro just had another kid.
79. He just had another kid. Delco Lou says multiple felony convictions are okay for reentry, but you better have a mask on. Yeah, like, I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but keep that part of the COVID regulations going. I mean, let everybody fly without a mask and let everybody go back to work whether they've been vaccinated or not. But could we keep kicking out the illegals that are here causing problems? That part could be kind of nice. Ross Dogs.
It's not like they're not getting in anyway. It's a slower feed.
Right. Could we not do something that allows 700,000 people to just go, no? I mean, really, it's like the scene in Braveheart with the spears. You've got 700,000 migrants just going, hold. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit says Johnny should house a migrant family. He can net $2,000 a month from the liberal Minnesota government.
And my lawn will look great.
$2,000 a month isn't enough to like feed and shelter that many people.
Yeah, no. How many people are we talking about? Have you seen $2,000 a month isn't enough to take care of a family of 4 at this rate?
No, not even close.
You gotta find a way to somehow stretch the grocery bill now. I don't think I want to pick up a migrant family for $2,000 a month.
No. The Britney Spears thing. So they made a documentary. They talked to people, and multiple sources are kind of leaking the terms of ending that conservatorship. It wasn't like a judge went, hey, conservatorship's over, let her handle her own money, blah, blah. Like, it came with suggestions. Like, here's what you should keep an eye on. Here's what she might do. Here's what she should stay away from. Now, to me, if you need someone to do that, I don't know if the conservatorship should be lifted.
So we can't have her watched over, but we got to keep an eye on her. What?
Right. Oh, I think it's irresponsible. I think we need to stop lording over this woman. Now, in order to do that, here's a list of about 25 things you should definitely keep an eye on for her so she doesn't completely destroy herself. It's like, well, shouldn't we then just keep the conservatorship on? No, we're not a bunch of meanie heads. What's the matter with you? Well, one of the things, and look, man, if this list contained like she shouldn't eat flour after 7 p.m., that's one thing. One of the items that they said we should be careful of is don't let Britney too close to knives.
Okay, why did we get rid of, if there is a sharp objects warning label on a person, I feel like that usually comes with supervision. A conservatorship is kind of for someone who has a warning around sharp objects.
Yeah. In fact, the one kind of person I can see who needs a conservatorship is someone who can't be trusted around knives because something bad might happen to them. Usually not a good idea to leave that person up to their own devices. But here we go. I'll play this clip for you from the Britney Spears conservatorship documentary that TMZ did. I've always hated the Britney Spears conservatorship thing, the whole issue, because it was a bunch of retards on the internet tweeting and yelling and screaming, and they were just having a great time, and we should end the conservatorship, and hashtag free Britney, and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, once the conservatorship is lifted, it's not like these motherfuckers are hanging around and bringing Britney breakfast and checking on her. They just went, yay, we started a hashtag, and something happened. It's like they stuck firecrackers up a bullfrog's ass, and once it went off, they went, oh, well, on to the next thing. They didn't, the minute we saw the first Instagram videos of her dancing like a mental patient in her foyer, those people weren't like, oh, maybe we made a mistake, maybe we shouldn't have pushed so hard for this. They were like,
oh, thank God, OnlyFans, here we come.
Yes, it's almost there. The long game is nearly complete. Well, here's the clip from TMZ about the warnings that came with lifting the conservatorship.
There's also an element of danger. Another recommendation at the end of the conservatorship, keep knives away from Britney. Multiple sources
just with how she's using
knowledge.
it alone, I wouldn't want a knife. Like, dude, that is not good knife skills.
Nobody's eyes who look like that should be holding a knife around people.
Multiple sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. Britney has had a fascination with knives. At one point, sleeping with one under her bed. We're told she's in mortal fear someone will come in the middle of the night, strap her to a gurney, and take her to a psych ward.
I mean, what kind of irresponsible, crazy person would do something like that? If
She certainly never had that happen before in her life.
you could make an argument that, yes, people have basically had to strap her down to a gurney and take her to a mental hospital. That's true. Okay. So, the old saying, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean somebody ain't watching me. Okay. Fair enough. But you slept with a knife under your pillow because you thought people were going to take you to a psych ward. Never once, maybe thinking or doing some self-auditing and going, why do these people perhaps want to take me to a psych ward?
I'll say this. You got to have some balls to be her husband then. What if you, half asleep, roll over to cuddle? And she's like, not again, motherfucker. And she just grabs the knife and starts stabbing. You're just, Jesus, I just wanted a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, why does it cost me a kidney every time?
Or she's having a bad dream and, somebody ends up getting it. Yeah, if you're a judge and you're like, all right, I'm just looking at the terms before we end this conservatorship. Wait a minute. You can't let the bitch have knives? No, Your Honor. She sleeps with them and she thinks people are out to get her. Well, then I'm not getting rid of this conservatorship. You all clearly need to keep a fucking eye on this chick. Are we doing the South Park episode? Are you guys looking for a good harvest? Because this is how you get a good harvest.
As one source put it, she lives in constant fear of being reinstitutionalized. TMZ investigates Brittany.
Okay, but there's probably a reason why there's a threat that you might always be institutionalized. Perhaps because...
I feel like if you're institutionalized against your will several times, you might start kind of being on the lookout for that as a thing.
Sure. But also, maybe, just maybe, stop doing things that would make people go, should we perhaps institutionalize this broad? Because she seems a little batshit.
You're right. How dare this crazy person not have a little bit of common sense?
Kane B says, under her bed, at least it wasn't under her pillow. Unless she sleeps under her bed, no judgment. Yeah, you can't really rule anything out with this Brittany chick.
Well, I'm assuming under the bed means between the bed and the box spring. Is because that's... I hate to say how I know this from personal experience.
Oh, boy.
If they sleep with a knife in the bed, if it's not under the pillow, it's usually between the bed and the box spring. It's a really quick, easy grab. And especially if it's say, and again, this isn't at all based on personal experience. If it's like a buck knife or a Bowie knife and you have the sheath in there, the bed and the box spring will hold it really nice and you can just grab it and go.
And this is
I mean, is it hot? Yes, but you're always worried about the Lorena Bobbitt morning after.
And you're just guessing.
Yes, I'm just guessing.
Yeah. Okay.
I have no information on this at all.
Well, I'm really glad that you've given this some thought.
I'm pulling this completely out of my ass and
Okay.
not out of the sheath between the bed and the box.
Load Hog on Rumble says Brittany should have stayed or probably should have stayed under that conservatorship. What? Come on, she's just dancing all crazy.
The hell
and,
you say?
Yeah, she's just dancing all crazy and medicated and not allowed to have knives. She'll be fine. Load Hog says she's been acting pretty crazy. I don't want to say, or she's been acting pretty. I don't want to say crazy, but she's been acting pretty loony. You do understand that's the same as saying she's acting crazy. Like if you go to a crazy person and go, I don't want to say you're crazy, but you're definitely a bit loony, they would take that as an insult. Load Hog on Rumble also saying, to be fair, though, crazy people don't know they're crazy. So if she recognizes she's loony, maybe she's not as loony as she appears. Well, I mean, she's thinking that people are going to come get her in the middle of the night and take her to a psych ward. And she thinks that's... She thinks that's unreasonable. That's the part to me that kind of gets me, is that she thinks...
And then she posts videos where you're like, yeah, I can see where the psych ward might be a necessary call sometimes.
Right. Like when you have posts on Instagram that make us go, should someone maybe come get her? You can't really go to us for sympathy and go, hey, wait a minute. People might come get me. I'm like, do you promise? Are you sure? Let's open up the 7 o'clock hour stories, shall we? Let's open these up here. Midland Armory in downtown Foley, midlandarmory.com. Our friends at Midland Armory with a great selection of firearms, tactical gear, optics, knives, parts, you name it, ammo. Go visit their store in downtown Foley, Minnesota if you're here in central Minnesota, or if you're anywhere else, go to midlandarmory.com. And MidlandArmory.com will have that giant selection just for you. Derek and Tracy do a great job of finding you exactly what it is you're looking for. That's Midland Armory in downtown Foley, MidlandArmory.com. Also, don't forget about All Care Towing, 320-253-5203 for All Care Towing. If you're in the ditch, if a car stalls out, if it won't go, whatever it is, All Care Towing is there quicker than anyone. That's 320-253-5203 for All Care Towing. And our friends at Stoney's have our 9th anniversary party coming up on Saturday, August 12th. Johnny, myself, April, Gino Bisconti, Keanu C. Thompson will all be at the Steel Toe anniversary party Saturday, August 12th at Stoney's. Eventbrite.com, Steel Toe anniversary show. Get your tickets. Join the cornhole tournament in the afternoon. If you don't want to go to the comedy show or you don't want to be in the cornhole tournament, just come out to the party and hang out with us Saturday. August 12th. And don't forget to pick up some of that Steel Toe coffee today at crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com. Well, boys and girls, we are 195 away from today's goal. Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo, there's the links in the chat. They're also pinned to the top of the page. If everybody feels like chipping in, there's the best places to do it. Super chats, memberships, all of it counts towards knocking out that goal and doing an extra half hour of overtime. Robert Darth Mode says, I just ordered my 1 pound bag. Attaboy. Thank you very much, Robert. And thank you to everyone who's ordering their Steel Toe.
You need to start drinking that coffee.
Today. Oh my God, I need something. Just getting over my illness. Feeling a hell of a lot better today, though. Like I really.
Yeah, but as I hear you, I'm really glad there's a large amount of distance right now.
Yeah, well, I get that. There's a little bit of viral shedding, I'm sure.
I'm a little gun shy about getting sick, considering it hasn't even been a month since the last time I got sick, and that didn't go very well. I'm just like, let's avoid it again.
Yeah, you just got off your deathbed. You're not trying to go back to it.
I mean, it was comfy, but yeah.
You were ready for the sweet release, but God damn it if the Reaper didn't tease you again. Whore. A Nebraska, this is shocking. I can't believe this, and I don't even know what happened here. But a Nebraska high school star athlete with plans to play football in college died after he suddenly collapsed during track practice on Friday, days before he was set to graduate. I mean, that's
weird.
Yeah, but that happens all the time, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, it's certainly not anything we could attribute to a common factor. This is just kind of like, something we deal with in life all the time. I remember growing up thinking anytime I run the 500-meter dash could be my last.
Yeah, it's just one of those normal things that happens all the time. Just 18-year-old kid, prime of his life, great athlete, ready to go to D1 college. He just falls down and he drops dead.
Greg, you're in great shape. You just got a scholarship. Join in the relay race. You trying to kill me, coach?
Wisner Pilger High School senior Hunter Palmer, who was an all-district running back in football, a member of the basketball team, and a track runner. So, shitty cardio, right? Died hours after his tumble at a hospital in the city of West Point. It is with a very heavy heart. Ooh, phrasing. Phrasing. Let's not talk about heavy hearts, swollen hearts, any kind of heart problems whatsoever. Let's keep that out of it.
His rhythm was clearly thrown off. All right, now you're gaslighting me.
Yeah. It is with a very heavy heart that we can confirm that Hunter Palmer, a senior at Wisner Pilger Schools, has died. So when will be the appropriate time for the mass media and places like YouTube and everywhere else to finally just come out and say the thing that you and I aren't allowed to say right now? Like, how many years? Because remember, everything with that disease, with COVID, it's always been a certain amount of time before they've been able to come out and go, oh, well, looks like whoopsie daisy. Sorry about that. Like, whether it's masks or lockdowns or, you know that
conspiracy theory we deplatformed all you guys for? It was totally true. We knew it all along, but we couldn't trust you with that information. So now we're letting it out. Oops.
Yeah, we just couldn't. You know what it was? You guys were making too much noise. It was too loud. So we just had to quiet you down a little bit, bring the volume in the room down, and then we could tell you the truth. That's the best part about all of these these them revealing that the conspiracy theories aren't conspiracy theories, they never give anyone their accounts back.
Yeah, it's somehow they're never responsible for misinformation when they deplatform people for telling the truth, and then they also don't have to give them the platform back. It's great.
No, they just get to go, hey, when you said it, it was harmful. When I said it, it was information.
Hey, look, when you played a video that we had on our site, you did a no-no.
I mean, look, water under the bridge, that strike is gone and everything, but that did piss me off a lot.
Oh, it was kind of bullshit.
Like, we played it on our show from YouTube, and then they took it down off YouTube after that, and then gave us a strike for playing it. It's like, fuck me then. Hobo Chili Recipe with $4.99 says, I'm ordering a bag myself for quality control. Does the beans help confuse a narcotics dog? It's for research purposes. I will be wearing a lab coat. Well, I mean, if you'll be wearing a lab coat, I mean, how can you say no to the guy? Let us know. CrescentMountCoffee.myshopify.com. Pick up your steel toe coffee. That also knocks today's goal down to 190. There you go, guys. So you're under 200 by 8 o'clock. Let's get under 100 by 9 o'clock. Let's also get up to 200 likes by 8 o'clock. So everyone hit the thumbs up button. We've got 10 minutes to get to 200 likes and help out the algorithm, help get the show out there. Thank you, guys, very much. Everybody hit the thumbs up. So this multi-sport athlete was committed to Midland University in Nebraska, which plays in the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. So he's going to be like a D2 athlete. He was an avid fan of wrestling and also enjoyed playing golf and baseball, excuse me.
You know, a really unhealthy person.
Yeah.
Who never gets enough exercise.
I'm sorry, but we say it every time one of these stories comes up. 18-year-olds who are in great health don't just fucking drop dead at a track meet. And again, if there was one of these kids, like if this kid was the only one in the last 3 years, 2 years, whatever it's been now, I'd go, all right, well, I mean, like there are like 1 in a million things where some kid has an undiagnosed heart arrhythmia and he overdoes it and he drops dead. That's certainly happened before. It happens once every 5 or 6 years. But then you get, like 383 Novocaine says, Las Vegas had 17 people drop dead last month, all under the age of 30.
Yeah, it's almost like it's something we should look into.
Right.
If this happened at one place at one time with a person who was maybe, say, of a particular color or something like that, and they did it with an AR-15, we'd never stop talking about it. Yet somehow it's not a story right now.
Right. When it comes to this one, you and I have to sit here on pins and needles and go, okay, let's be as vague as we possibly can on how we talk about this. Like that's the worst thing is like the insulting that you have to do, like the insulting you have to do of your own intelligence to even talk about this stuff publicly. Like you have to go, okay.
Or you have to go to Rumble or Twitter.
And check out Tucker Carlson's new show. NF Caps on the Britney Spears thing says part of what happened is that her father was abusing the conservatorship and her through it. She probably does need a health conservator, but not the old arrangement. I mean, look, in fairness, like Britney Spears ran her fortune down to like $2 million and her dad built it back up to $60 million once they took the knives away and sold her records for her.
I mean, honestly, if you ask me, that's technically her dad's money. Like her dad made the money.
Right.
Her dad rebuilt the fortune. I mean, I'm sorry, but like possession is 3/5 of the law, isn't it?
I thought it was 9/10.
9/10, whatever.
So at any rate, Morgan Wallen is, that's very funny, Zenrino, Revenge of the Sissy. There you go. Morgan Wallen has postponed the rest of his tour dates for the rest of the year. Now, you say, like, hey, he hasn't yelled the N-word. That's what Morgan Wallen is kind of famous. Let's not pretend that this guy got famous because, he just made great country music songs. Morgan Wallen got famous because he got shit-faced and yelled the N-word at his buddy, and then everyone tried to cancel him, and then country fans went, fuck that, we don't mind if you yell the N-word at your buddy. I'm buying all his music whether I like it or not. So Morgan Wallen got really famous off of yelling the N-word at a guy. And
his music isn't bad.
It's not as good as he is successful, put it that way.
I mean, it's not I will agree. He has a little bit more success than possibly he deserves. But I mean, let's be honest. He's no Eric Church. I mean, he's just
goddamn right.
No, I mean he's above it. Like it's not like it's that.
Wait, what? No. You had it right. He's no Eric Church. But he dropped the N-bomb. He got really famous off the whole deal. And now he goes on big tours. He's a big headlining star. And now, I don't know, maybe this is like N-word justice. I don't know what that would look like. I'm sure people in the chat will have all of their theories. But apparently he's blown his voice out completely. And this is not an uncommon thing among singers. Rob Zombie does this like every 3 months.
Yeah, but Rob Zombie like puts something into his singing. No offense, I've heard Morgan Wallen songs. How are you blowing your voice out?
Well, he's going to tell you why. Now, there's a conspiracy theory here, Johnny, so you watch this and you tell me which one you believe. He claims he's blown his voice out and he has to cancel all his dates. His fans and some of the scuttlebutt on the internet is that he's a drunk and he's got to go to rehab. You tell me. We're going to play this for you. You tell me which one it is. Call me a sucker. I believe the voice thing.
What's going on, y'all? I'm just going to go ahead and get straight to it. I got some bad news from my doctors at the Vanderbilt Voice Center yesterday. After taking 10 days of vocal rest, I performed 3 shows last weekend in Florida, and by the third one, I felt terrible. So I went in and got scoped yesterday, and they told me that I re-injured my vocal cords and that I have vocal fold trauma. Their advice is that I go on vocal rest for 6 weeks. So that's what I'm going to do.
So he's going on. I mean, maybe I'm naive. That makes sense to me.
No, I think he's drinking.
You think he's drinking?
His voice doesn't sound too bad. And like I said, if you're Rob Zombie or fucking if you're
James
a band that puts something into it, I feel like I've listened to a lot of your music and I don't see where you're pushing your vocal cords to the point where those are going to give out on you.
You're right. I'm trying to think of the last country music star who had to postpone a tour because their throat blew out. Maybe Taylor Swift, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's a good point. Like Rob Zombie, he traumatizes his vocal cords, but he also goes, yeah, like 800 times a show. And that will definitely blow out your vocal cords. Morgan Wallen sings like kind of gay country songs, doesn't he?
And a lot of his bigger songs involve him singing with someone else, so you aren't even taking the whole brunt of the song. You like pitch it to the other guy for a bit.
You know what? You're starting to turn me on this. I think he might be going on a little vacation. I think he might be going to get a little help. But here's the thing. Why didn't he go and get, like, wouldn't that have been the move to make when he dropped the N-bomb? He's like, oh, you know what it is? It's my drinking, and I'm going to go get help. So, because it's all the booze that makes me a racist. Like, why didn't he do that?
Guys, Morgan Wallen loves Captain Morgan.
So, all right. Okay. Maybe he is going away for a while.
They want me not to talk at all, but they said if I need to, it's okay for something like this.
Okay. See, now all right, you're right. That's a red flag. They told me I shouldn't even talk, but they said I could make a Twitter video. It doesn't sound like something a doctor would say.
Look, we don't believe you should talk unless it's to your thousands and thousands of adoring fans who hang on your every word, and then the million or so who will just kind of catch up later.
Yeah. Unless you can get a video that gets 3.3 million views, we really don't think you should even be talking. But if it's for 2 minutes to 3.3 million people on Twitter, well, then by all means, don't listen to us.
And let me ask you a question. As someone who's actually dealt with having your voice not working so well, does it sound like he's having any vocal difficulty right now?
No, but
does it sound distressed or worried?
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like let's say I wanted to milk my illness for one more day. He's talking like that.
All right, yeah, but then again, do you believe that he's got this problem if he's milking it for one more day?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like a guy who's going, oh, guys, you wouldn't believe it. I'm talking really low because I have vocal fold trauma. And I think what they should do is, like, drop a pit bull on crack, like, right next to him and have it bark and see if he goes, hey, holy shit, motherfucker. And he'd be like, oh, he's faking it. See, I told you. Oh, shit, but we didn't really come up with a plan on how to get the pit bull off him. This is whoopsie daisy.
We didn't think this through.
Sorry.
Why does he smell like toddler? Why does he smell like toddler?
I also tore my lat while we were in Australia. I've been trying to work through that quietly, but
Motherfucker's tearing his lats, tearing his vocal cords, tearing everything. Would you tear an ACL? I mean, drunken falls can really hurt.
time off is going to help me get that back right as well. We're working on rescheduling all the dates during this time frame. We've almost got that done, but some of them are pending, so I'll keep you updated. I won't be able to make these festivals that I have during this time frame.
Because as you know, sometimes they got them all-you-can-drink tickets, and my team decided that that's probably a negative for me.
They usually keep the beer tent right next to the performing area, and that's a danger.
Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to be on your side, because those like country music festivals, those go into like August or September.
Yeah.
How long do your vocal cords need to heal?
Well, he said 6 weeks.
Of no talking, unless you need to. But the doctor said he could make a Twitter video if he needed to. So, you know, that's okay. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You sold me on it. I ain't buying it.
I don't believe he's got vocal problems.
But we are going to make those right. And
He had some kind of a fuck up at a show like a couple weeks ago. Remember, he had to like cancel a show on the scoreboard. They had to put the announcement up there. So he showed up to the show, ready to go. Everything's good. But then all of a sudden, what? He like opened his mouth for the first time that day and went, oh my God, my voice is gone. You're right. There's something going on here with Morgan Wallen. I don't know what it is, but the internet has their theories so far.
next year, I won't be able to do the ACM Awards or the Lifting Lives event, but y'all make sure you still go. It's for a great cause.
This is, you know what? This is over-explaining. This is a classic sign of lying. He's over-explaining. He's saying too many things. It's like, hey, guys, I just want to let you know I'm supposed to be on 6 weeks of vocal rest, so I'm not even supposed to be talking. I've had to cancel all my tour dates. I'm really, really sorry. I'll be updating you in the weeks to come. Take it easy. Like, instead, he does a 2-minute video. He's like, I'm rescheduling all my concerts. I won't be at any of the festivals. I won't be at any of the award shows. Yeah, we know what postponing means. We got it.
They told me,
Like, he should end this video with, you believe me, don't you guys?
Look, I have to cancel this video because I've been wasted on you, and really it's from too much drinking them whiskey glasses.
Oh, fuck you.
that if I do this the right way, that I'll get back to 100%.
I just thought you should know.
And they also said that if I don't listen and I keep singing, then I'll permanently damage my voice. So for the longevity of my career, this is just the choice I had to make. I hate it, but I love you guys.
Y'all are my oh, shit. You know what? I'm sorry. I've talked too long. I got to go back on vocal rest, y'all. It makes me racist to talk with damaged vocal cords.
And I appreciate all the support that you always give me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, my car done broke down. I got to go rig it. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry again. God damn it.
And I'll see you soon, and I'll be back better than ever. God bless you.
All right, I'm putting a poll up in the chat. I'm seeing what people think. Is he a drunk or does he need to rest his voice? Here we go. Oh, that's not how you make a poll. That's just in the chat, you dipshit. Here we go. Start a poll. Morgan Wallen absence. Voice or booze? I'm putting it in the chat. There you go. The poll is up. You guys can go ahead and vote. I'm with Johnny on this one.
It's booze, man.
I'm going to say it's the booze. Can't see Johnny Cash rescheduling shows at jails because of his vocal rest. Paul Heckathorn says, I have tickets to see this guy. His voice better get fixed. Well, don't worry. He's rescheduling all of them as we speak.
So you can just, go see him some other time.
When is the last time, when is the last time you saw a country music singer take time off for vocal damage?
Again, I never have. Most country music songs I don't see any of them really pushing. The only person I could ever imagine it being, just because he goes so crazy during his shows and the fans get into it and everything, would be like Garth Brooks. But even then, like he's never had
even
that.
then he never has. Yeah. Oh, hey, back in 2021, Wallen did check himself into rehab after the N-word thing. So he's been to rehab before. And he's way more famous now than he was then. So maybe
Just admit you're off the wagon.
Yeah, just admit you're off the wagon and there's no vocal trauma and you know, got out in front of your skis a little bit. It happens to the best.
Look, I've got some severe vocal trauma from swallowing all of this liquor, and it has hurt my vocal cords.
81% of the audience right now says it's booze. Semper Reloaded, he could just want the time off, but he couldn't get out of the contract, so he got the doctor to give him another order of vocal rest. He's missing a bunch of charity events. Yeah. T. Jefferson says, well, he may have some acid reflux from too much drinking, causing his vocal cord issues. So it could be both. Stevie J says he's rehabbing his throat because he needs rehab for his throat. There you go. And now Johnny, when he comes back and has a return tour, he'll make more money.
Sponsored by Captain Morgan.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Oh, man. Oh, well, looks like people just have to settle for Florida-Georgia line, says Kyle. Nobody should ever have to settle for Florida-Georgia line. Oh. Joe the Toe says, Toei provides prime content in this live chat. This sideshow co-host disrespected my homie. He should apologize. I don't know which one of us disrespected his homie, but should we both apologize to Joe the Toe?
I guess. I'm sorry, Joe the Toe.
Joe the Toe, we're all very, very sorry. And we never meant to hurt you. All right, guys, 155 away from knocking out our goal today. Thank you for getting us there. We've got 10 minutes until we fire up the music and see if we can knock out the rest of this. If you feel like helping out, we would appreciate it. There's the Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo link in the chat. You know, Johnny, I'm looking at how much stuff we have left. Do you want to do the Chad Zumach panicking, calling Godfrey phone call?
Yes, I do.
So Kevin Brennan
yes, I do.
told everyone he was going to get Chad canceled with all of his friends. And then he called Godfrey and Godfrey hates Gino Bisconti, so he told God. Okay, I got to say this. I've been learning from these comedians that I'm so glad I'm a broadcaster and not a comedian, because I watch the behavior that's going on with this shit and I go, guys, we're not fucking 12. Let's grow up a little bit. But so he goes, I'm going to get Chad in trouble with all his friends. And then Chad hears that Kevin's going to get him in trouble with all his friends. So Chad goes and calls all his friends to tell him Kevin's a meanie head and not to listen to Kevin because he's just a meanie head.
Wait, Chad has friends.
Allegedly. So we'll do that for overtime.
Nice.
If we get there. Joe the Toe says the co-host hurts himself with his loose statements, but since he apologized, you didn't have to, Aaron. We're good. Oh, see, you guys are good now.
Yeah, I guess my joke about the Morgan Wallen thing was too loose of a statement.
Is that what it was? Yes.
I think he's an Eric Church fan who feels a little affronted by my joke.
Look,
again, it's a humor show. I make jokes. I'm sorry.
I will not tolerate any besmirchment of the great Eric Church either. So I'm.
Well, I mean, I make jokes, but why would I be against someone whose belief and motto is drink a little drink, smoke a little smoke?
Sharon on Rumble's mad at us for our Crowder talk earlier. Sharon on Rumble says, throw Crowder under the bus, segue to Tucker talking about ill-informed news. Has Crowder been convicted? I'm out. Convicted of what? Being a piece of shit? Yeah. In the court of public
opinion.
Yeah. We've all decided that guy is a gigantic piece of shit.
And some of us are taking a victory lap going, I fucking told you.
I told her so. There you go. Jake says, God damn it, Sharon. Yeah. We can't see Sharon leave. Ryan the Garbage Man says the great homosexual Eric Church. See, now that's a disgusting thing for you to say.
It's just a dirty rumor.
The allegations that are being thrown around. How fucking dare you? All right, guys, 8 minutes until we rattle the cans and play the music. 155 away from today's goal. Let's see if we can go on a rally and get it there. So no more Morgan Wallen. He's going to take a break because, his throat hurts. He's got bad vocal cords, which happens all the time to country music singers who
all the time
drink a lot, cancel shows. An NFL punter got done really dirty by an R-word conviction, I guess we have to say on YouTube. A pro football player, Matt Araiza, who was a top punter in the NFL, last summer, Araiza was accused, along with two San Diego State University football players, of gang-R-ing a 17-year-old at an off-campus party in 2021. Now, the media reported it, put his name in there, everything. While the then high school senior reported slipping in and out of consciousness, she claimed to remember moments of various men violating her. At the time, Araiza's lawyer said the complaint was a shakedown because he's now with the Buffalo Bills, stressing that there was no doubt Araiza was innocent. Notwithstanding the punter's profession of innocence, the accusation marked the end of his career. The Buffalo Bills cut him loose just days after the suit was filed amid the media coverage. Got rid of him, cut him, career over. General Manager Brandon Beane and Coach Sean McDermott addressed the matter at a press conference, calling it tough for everyone involved, saying they sympathize with the whole situation, so on and so forth. Araiza's lawyer, Armstrong, released a statement following the Bills' decision, writing, "I have not talked to Matt about this yet, but I sent him a text. I am sure he is very upset and disappointed that his career with the Bills ended, not because he played poorly, but because of false allegations leveled against him by a young lady and her attorney." Following a 124-day investigation of their own, prosecutors announced on December of last year that they would not be pressing any criminal charges. In the explanation, they concluded that Araiza could not have led the girl into the alleged R because he had left the home at 12:30, at least an hour before the incident supposedly occurred. So this fucking guy, who had a contract to play professional football, as a punter, which is, come on, nice and easy money.
Yeah, you got to perform like what? 3-4 times a season?
A game. But, I mean, still, you got to kick a fucking ball. And then the thing about being a punter is that if they touch you, it's a penalty. So they're not even allowed to...
You're the one person that the God's only man spared by the gridiron.
Yes. So this guy gets cut. They find out that this girl... look, I'm not going to say lied, but definitely put him there when he wasn't. So I guess in that case, yeah, in the literal sense, she lied about this Matt Araiza. It cost him his job. And I think what really sucks about shit like this is is there any way for this guy to get his reputation back? No. He was cut last year, so maybe he can still play this year. He's young enough to. You can't sue her. She probably doesn't have a fucking dime. Although she should have to pay for whatever salary you lost. She's the one who falsely accused you.
Yeah, you got a couple $1 million. I mean, you're really quick to point the finger. Where's the checkbook? Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some kind of justice for people who have to go through this. Maybe you can sue the government. Probably not. Did the Duke lacrosse players get anything when they got lied about? I don't know. I thought I think they sued Mike Nifong. I think they sued the DA's office and got some money. Semper Reloaded said he should be able to sue and get his contract payout at the very least. He should also be able to sue for lost money due to his reputation hit. Yeah, I mean, look, I believe that people, if they believe they were harmed by someone, they have every right to, face their accuser and, bring them to justice and have them face charges. But what if you were wrong? I mean, I won't even say the word lie. What if you were wrong? And now this guy lost his job in the NFL, which, it ain't a job at McDonald's. Even if you're a punter, you're making $1 million a year. He lost his job, lost his reputation. Everyone thinks he's the rapey punter, which, by the way, terrible Bond movie. And now what's his recourse? How does he build his life back from zero after all of this stuff? You call yourself a chick and you join women's soccer to crush all records and take your place in Hall of Fames.
You know what? I withdraw all my statements. We need to look no further. All Matt Araiza needs to do is become Matty Araiza and just wear himself a nice little dress, take a few hormone changers, and He'll be right as rain. I don't even
And
think...
then no one can criticize him either, because then you're just transphobic.
Yeah, and then nobody can criticize him at all. He can even go into the women's bathroom. It's a pretty great deal. SC Motorsports says, you don't shake down the punter. You go after the running back or quarterback. Well, she says it was a gang deal, so she could have got them too.
It could have been the whole team.
Yeah. Brian Not Brain BG says, Wallen has been having issues since he canceled his second show at Ole Miss a few weeks ago. Yeah. I don't know. Again, it just doesn't seem right that he's canceling his entire summer over a vocal cord issue when he's like
if it sounded like he even had a cold, I'd be like, all right, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing.
I think somebody might be checking into the old facility. So Keith Olbermann wanted to promote his podcast that was airing last night. And he wanted to talk about the Donald Trump CNN town hall. Now,
It's a hot topic.
you know whether or not Trump did well at that town hall based on how the Keith Olbermanns of the world responded to it.
And I'm guessing he didn't respond too kindly.
He was very upset. Now, if the Keith Olbermanns of the world are upset, that usually means they feel that Trump looked good, that they enjoyed, or that they didn't enjoy Trump's performance because it probably swayed a lot of people. So Keith Olbermann gave his promo for his podcast that was coming up. And I want you guys to tell me if his time away from the limelight has made Keith Olbermann a little more chill, or if he's the same old crazy-ass batshit Keith we all remember. Here we go. I would say that the scruff leads us to believe that he's probably pissing in jars and not cutting his fingernails.
I would agree. Those eyebrows are on fleek, though.
I have no room to talk. My eyebrows
Need a tweezing.
be needing some work. So here we go. This is Keith Olbermann promoting his Thursday Countdown podcast and talking about Donald Trump's town hall on CNN.
It was the Hindenburg disaster of TV news.
Oh, okay. Now, wait a minute before you say Keith's being dramatic. He didn't say 9/11, and he
Right.
didn't say the Holocaust
Or January 6th.
or January 6th. So maybe Keith's getting a little bit better.
Maybe.
This was only the Hindenburg.
CNN must fire its CEO Chris Licht for an abomination unprecedented in American television history last night.
I mean, we've
Okay.
aired Jack Ruby shooting Lee Harvey Oswald. We've seen
Every one of Joe Biden's speeches.
we've seen R. Bud Dwyer blow his head off on live TV. I once saw Gigi Allen on the Sally Jesse Raphael show. So there's been some crazy moments on TV. I don't know if Trump telling that lady, "Oh, you are a nasty person." And by the way, she was being cunty.
Oh, she was, remarkably.
Don Lemon was right. These women are not in their prime.
Yeah, now there's like support for Don out
Wouldn't
there.
that be funny if Don tweeted during that? He's like, "See, I told you."
I told you people.
Yeah. See what I was dealing with? Exactly. You blamed the black catty gay guy.
I'm now calling her Pastor Prime.
Yeah. So far, Keith Olbermann says this is the Hindenburg disaster of TV news. The CEO of CNN, who just brought his network 3 million viewers that night, he has to resign in shame.
Its new owners must sell the network whose brand they irreparably destroyed last night.
Well, Keith, no offense, but if you're a businessman, if you've just destroyed your brand, that's typically the worst time to sell. Value's going to be way, way
it's
down.
way low.
Oh.
E. Jean Carroll needs to sue Trump again for the new defamatory comments he made about her last night.
Oh, is it going to be like the rape,
Okay.
the ones that never existed?
Yeah, of the person he didn't know.
By the way, if you want to see how bad New York City wants to get Donald Trump, look at that E. Jean Carroll ruling they came up with. That woman is out of her fucking mind.
Didn't they change rules just so that whole thing can
so
happen?
that lawsuit could come forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed the rules. And then they got enough people on there that hate Trump because it's not it doesn't have to be unanimous. It just has to be majority in a civil ruling. Oh, that was such a horseshit deal.
And moderator Caitlin Collins needs to sue her agent for ending her career last night.
Why? Did Caitlin Collins' agent give her cunt juice before the town hall? God,
I'm sure she's got an OnlyFans that'll back her up.
she'll do great. Maybe she's like that CNBC chick. She'll just find a person to fuck.
Why not? It works for most.
Oh.
Most importantly, all mainstream American news organizations must now look solemnly and unflinchingly inwards. To
Whoa, what? They're called African Americans, Keith.
This guy is miserable.
Oh, inwards. Oh,
inwards.
Okay, I thought he was calling black people.
Look inside yourself.
Oh, let me hear that again.
Mainstream American news organizations must now look solemnly and unflinchingly inwards to understand that if you simply assume, as CNN did, that if you apply merely the textbook journalism rules to a candidate who will utter any lie, slander any person, manipulate any fear, and betray any part of democracy.
Did Trump touch your butthole?
I think he did. I think he might have licked it. So I have a question. They always say this thing, and they always give you the same response. They'll go, and this is weird because I'm not a big Trump guy, but like I'll take him. This is the weirdest thing. They always go, and Trump, they couldn't stand up to his lies. And I'm like, okay, what's the lie? And then they never get to that part. They just go, oh, well, you don't know.
They don't care. They know it's not lies. They
Right.
just don't like him. For what reason, I don't know.
What lie did he tell?
The worst thing I can say is he's got a big mouth on him.
Yeah.
Real
and
big.
And you guys are the media. Quit pretending you have a problem with lying. You just want it to be your lies. That's all.
You will inherit the wind and destroy that democracy.
Oh my
All
God.
that and more on the Thursday Countdown podcast, available now wherever you podcast.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah, sounds like a great time.
Sounds like I'm going to enjoy myself.
I mean, no offense, Keith. It kind of sounds like you got it covered over there.
I really, aside being like putting himself in the Republican Party, you know, running in the Republican Party and then having a large mouth, I really don't know. Did he actually anally finger all these people?
He might have.
And then not call them the next day?
You know, we might be too hard on Keith and all these other people. We should probably look into
They're
that.
victims.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a possibility. Hobo Chili Recipe with $4.99 says, I just had my first cup of your Mexican hot water. I'm sorry, guys. You know what I did? You know what my voice is today? It's this. I took an I'm going golfing later for a little thing we're doing, and April advised me, and I took her advice, and I took an allergy medicine, and it's trying out all my stuff, which is good because you don't want to have all the allergy
I don't think you can blame your Zizal. You did this yesterday.
My boogers are all dry though too.
Babe, you just took it.
I'm pretty sure the dryness comes from
I don't think that's happening.
I took it before the show.
I think your throat's that way because you have allergies.
I also took 3. You take 3 of these, right?
No.
Oh, well, what's going to happen?
You're not going to be awake for
I'm just
said
kidding.
golf outing.
I took 1. And aren't these non-drowsy?
I have no idea. I don't use it. I use Zyrtec if I need it.
I'm just kidding. I took 1. Hobo Chili Recipe with $4.99 says, I just had my first cup of your Mexican hot water. Thanks, the VA says I have black syphilis now. Who blessed these beans with chicken magic to poison me? Thank you, Hobo Chili Recipe. I promise we're not poisoning the steel toe coffee.
But did you really get your coffee already? Because that would be incredibly
That would be
fast.
amazing if you did. Kyler, renewing his membership for the 1 year, or his first year.
Thank you.
Says, ordered my coffee this morning. Looks like it will be here Monday. Can't wait to start my day with coffee and the show.
They go hand in hand. It's great. I think everyone is going to fall in love much like I did just from opening the bag. That smell is intoxicating to me.
Well, and here's the
So
deal
good.
about that coffee is that when you order that, it's not an inventory thing. So if it gets there on Monday, you ordered it today. They're grinding those beans today and packaging them
Lucky
today.
beans.
Yes. And they're sending them today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's incredible freshness. There's the link to the coffee, crescentmountcoffee.myshopify.com to get your steel toe. That My Shopify link is so you get right to the steel toe stuff. And go ahead and order your steel toe coffee today. Thank you, Schmitty, for renewing your membership for an 11th month.
Thank you.
I want to do, Wasabista says, Keith Olbermann is the Chad Zumach of political punditry.
Oh, God.
That's not too bad.
So angry and in denial.
Matt Fields with $4.99 says, cunt Olbermann, his name's Keith, sorry, doesn't like words that hurt his widow feelings. He's afraid. Oh, poor Keith. We just need to get him a blankie and a baba.
Yeah, he just needs a weighted blankie.
Yeah. Caligula says, even the jury verdict said he didn't R-word her. Yeah, that's what I understood too, was they found him liable, but they didn't find him guilty. Which
That sounds like a situation of, like, since it wasn't a criminal case, which, by the way, bothers me because if this person literally says that he R-worded her, isn't that a criminal offense? Wouldn't that be a criminal trial?
Right, but it's a burden of proof issue between criminal and civil. The burden of proof is lower in civil court.
So you're saying she didn't have any?
Right. Balls Deep says this Olbermann guy looks like he fucks house pets. It's one way to put it.
What tipped you off, the bright red glasses or the eyebrows?
Those are some dog fucking glasses. Edwin Lundstrom says, I like Colin's anti-LGBTQ pedo slurs that were uncovered. Yeah, they found out that this Caitlin Collins, who now works as like the liberal assassin for CNN, she was like super based when she started and was like warning people about George Soros and was on Fox News a bunch.
Yeah, I was going to say Fox.
She's one of these people who they wrote her a big enough check and they said, okay, now say this. And she went, oh, okie doke.
And am I stupid? Like, they clearly
Yes.
put her up there
Just kidding.
as this pretty young girl so that it would look like big bad Donald Trump is being mean to this pretty young girl.
Right, but she fucked that up by kind of being a dick to him.
She
And
was.
Yeah, that's why I asked it.
She should have stayed that sweet little innocent girl, and then big bad Trump's yelling at her and saying mean things.
Rusty Grammer says, I want to grind my own. How long until the whole bean is available? I do. I
Just
got
wait.
word. I got word yesterday that they're working on that. So that's what I know.
have a question.
Yeah.
Couldn't we just skip the grinding part?
Yeah.
I understand that they probably need new bags,
A
though.
lot
They need
of-
new packaging. for that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it's fine. Spy Pigeon says, ordered my coffee, ended up getting meth. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
I had nothing to do with that.
but at least it's ground for you.
Yeah, the Pickle Man says the internet term is grape. April, that's right. People say grape on
I'm
YouTube.
sorry.
Yeah. Sean Rath says, how are we back to the Wednesday evening? Oh my God, did I go back to Wednesday evening? I'm so sorry because it's that way on the prep sheet stuff. I'm sorry. Friday morning. There we go. $30 away from the Friday morning go. So $30 away from a completely successful week of Steel Toe again. Caligulov with another $22 Canadian says, did we accidentally time travel back
Wow.
to Wednesday? No,
You
we're good
hurt
now.
people.
Hobo Chili Recipe with $4.99 says, how much spittle accumulates on both sides of Keith Olbermann's mouth could be the result of antipsychotic meds or semen froth.
Oh.
I don't know, but those seem like they would be the only two options.
Okay, semen froth is gross.
Semen froth is actually my accountant's name.
That's what you top your coffee with, too.
Yeah, a little semen froth.
It's that salted cold foam.
My Jewish accountant's name is Seaman Froth. He does a really good job, and I like his work. I like his work.
I want, if Victor could do me a little gift over the weekend if he's not busy, on your own time, I would like a drop of Trump saying, you're a nasty person.
Oh, Victor did get us our Vince McMahon drop. I've been forgetting to put that in all week.
Which one?
Let's do that now before we get into our next story. Let's get Victor's latest work. Here we go. Download.
Did I see you had an email in there from a VIP? It was titled something VIP.
I don't know.
I'm
April.
going to need that.
I don't know, April. We'll see later. Not important at the moment because we got Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon has a little something he wants to say to you, boys and girls.
He's gonna puke!
There we go. Thank you, Victor. If we go, continuing on here, Mr. Beast is catching more shit.
Oh, no.
I don't understand it. I'll never understand why Mr. Beast gets shit on so hard for doing really nice things for people. Like, that's kind of the new gimmick for Mr. Beast is he releases a new video and he goes, hey, look, I rescued a bunch of orphan kittens from a murder mill. And then people go, yo, sack of shit. And then I just kind of look at it and go, what am I missing? What did you...
Why are you pissed? The guy got successful and decided to literally just make his whole channel about turning around and giving it back. What's the issue?
Yeah. And then, like, what was the one he did before the one we're about to talk
cured
about?
people who are blind.
Yeah, he helped people who were blind see. And people got mad. They're like, why didn't he cure all the blind people? It's like, because he's a millionaire, not a trillionaire. Like, he can't fix all the blind people. And now, I guess they're mad at him because he helped deaf people hear. I was about to say help deaf people see, but that's
He's
not
just
really
pulling.
much.
He's slowly pulling all of the Jesus miracles.
Right.
Oh, he's so pissed. He's walking on water. Goddamn, Mr.
Yeah.
Beast.
Fuck. He's a hack. Mr. Beast walks on water. That Jesus already did that.
Mr. Beast can't even turn water into wine.
He's a hack. So deaf people, so some asshole, some deaf shithead, and don't worry about me saying that. It's not going to get back to him. Not on this platform.
My question is, how did he hear about this?
Right. Who's the asshole who told this guy about Mr. Beast helping the deaf? Couldn't they have, like, just kind of, I don't know, kept it away from him?
Yeah.
He wrote a thing for The Independent bitching about Mr. Beast curing people's deafness. He said 1,000 people. So he did this with the blind people, too.
Yeah, I did like 1,000 people.
1,000 blind people.
Sample size.
Got him cataract surgery. Wow, that's really sweet. Did it with his own money. Very sweet of him. Now he did the same thing with 1,000 deaf people. And Liam Odell, who is a deaf guy who apparently didn't get helped by Mr. Beast, otherwise someone wouldn't be so cunty, said deaf people like me deserve better than Mr. Beast's latest piece of inspiration porn. All right, fine. You can stay deaf then.
You could also not watch it.
Yeah, you could just not, you could unsubscribe to Mr. Beast and not watch the show.
I mean, if a video plays on the internet and you don't see it, does it exist?
It doesn't. It doesn't exist. You don't have to worry so much. But he says deaf people like me deserve better than Mr. Beast's latest piece of inspiration porn. Well, I know who's not going to be in round 2 of these videos.
I will say this. We deserve better deaf people than you.
Yeah. We should hold him down. Mr. Beast should hold him down and force him to get his deafness cured. Oh. And just go, nope, you're going to be a part of this video, motherfucker. When I had my first hearing aid switched on, it certainly wasn't a one-and-done situation like YouTube creator Jimmy Mr. Beast Donaldson would have us believe in his latest video. It was a sudden flood of noise. It was overwhelming, and it definitely required more fine-tuning and adjustments over time. Unbelievable. Is this deaf motherfucker being ungrateful about hearing?
It seems like it.
I think he's kind of being a prick about being able to hear for the first time.
He's pissed that his journey wasn't the same as the one he saw in the video?
I guess. Yet this process isn't something that fits neatly into a 6-minute video, which apparently took the online personalities team almost 4,000 hours to edit. So instead, we're left with viral content, which is nothing more than harmful sensationalism.
How is it harmful? Who is it hurting?
I don't know, but I think the 1,000 deaf people in the video should be allowed to kick this guy's ass.
Yeah, I think they might have something to say about this.
Jesus.
After they hear what he said.
Harmful sensationalism. Hey, everyone, I did something remarkably nice for all these people. Check it out. Yeah, well, fuck you. Quit hurting them. After coming under fire for a video. No. He didn't come under fire. Whiny cunts like you complained about it.
He got more publicity.
Yeah. The curing blind people video did very well. Everyone thought it was very nice. What a sign of the times that we're at a point where a guy cures people's blindness and deafness, and people write articles talking about how harmful it is. Donaldson decided to double down on videos in which he would go out of his way to, he puts it in quotes, help people from the disabled community, this time uploading a video titled 1,000 Deaf People Here for the First Time. Look at the way he phrases this. Donaldson decided to double down. What an asshole. He didn't hear me complaining about how I thought him helping people was shitty, and then he went and helped more people? The fucking nerve of this guy.
He didn't see all the people online that were flaming him for helping people see again? What an ass.
Dude, I don't know what you need to do. Get a dog, go to therapy, get a better job. I don't know what it is. But this call is so clearly coming from inside the house. You're the only one who doesn't see it.
I feel like you've become, and I understand this viewpoint very well. I feel like you've become jaded from your condition, and it's forced you to start being a little bit of a dick and everywhere else.
And how about how ungrateful he is for the hearing aid? He's like, when I got my hearing aid, I heard a bunch of sound right away. Like, oh, that must have sucked for you.
Oh, and by the way, buddy, it's not at all that they could have gotten these people's hearing aids tweaked, and then they did a promo shot to fit it in the video. Yeah, we couldn't have gotten creative with our filming to make it look good for, because again, how dare he try to make a video people will want to watch?
Right. Hey, he trimmed it up into a 6-minute video. Yeah, that's because a bunch of people aren't going to spend 30 minutes watching a deaf person hear. But 6 minutes, sure, that's just enough time to feel good about yourself.
I'd like to tune in for 10 minutes of a guy going, huh? Huh?
Yeah, I don't want to see that chick from Voyage of the Mimi that they made us watch in class. Oh my God, I remember that. I don't want to watch Sally Ruth from
How
Voyage
do you
of the Mimi.
remember this shit?
My name is Sally Ruth. Because we used to make fun of her a lot in school.
Yeah, we always just did Helen Keller. I'm older.
Yeah, we had Sally Ruth from Voyage of the Mimi. You know, what young child actor was in the Voyage of the Mimi?
I have no idea.
Ben Affleck.
Jesus Christ.
You didn't watch Voyage of the Mimi when you were in school?
I have no idea what Voyage of the Mimi is.
Holy shit, man, you missed out. Hold on a second. We're gonna get that for you. Hey, what happened to poor Vinny's mom? Did somebody time out Vinny's mom? Vinny's mom is okay. Balls deep. What are you doing? What are you doing to Vinny's mom there? Vinny's mom is cool. Leave her alone. Okay, she's back. That whole thing happened while I was talking about that story, and it ended. Thank you. All right. So, I was talking about, this is why I can't go into the chat during the story. I have to hold back for a second. Voyage of the Mimi was something, it's because I was asking the audience if they watched it in school. It was like a journey on the, I don't even remember what the fuck it was about. It was about a boat and a guy's grandpa.
Oh.
And Ben Affleck, little Ben Affleck was in it. And then there was a deaf chick named Sally Ruth, and she talked like a deaf talks.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, see? 30-minute episodes, Voyage of the Mimi, all aboard 1B Planet Ocean.
Sweet Jesus.
Sunburst Communications. This was Voyage of the Mimi with little Ben Affleck. Yeah. We watched these in school.
Explain something.
I can't remember what it was supposed to teach us other than, hey, look what Ben Affleck used to look like. Episode 1, all aboard.
Isn't Mimi the chick from Drew Carey?
Well, that different Mimi. No, they didn't ride on her fat back. So here's Ben. Look at little Ben.
I just figured it's before she got out of the water.
Look at little Ben Affleck here when they zoom in on him. They didn't have that.
Sir, could you please show me where the Mimi is docked?
That's little Ben Affleck.
I got her number. How do you like them fucking apples? I mean, it's the wrong line.
That'd be great. And the wrong character.
Yeah.
But that's all right. He actually told this guy, he goes, "You suspect. And I don't know if you ever plan on doing business in this town again. But nobody in this town works without a retainer."
Yeah, right on down the dock down there, son.
Nailed that line. Nailed it. Good job, sir. So then he had his uncle was the captain of the boat. And then there was a deaf lady and I think a black guy. This was back in the 80s and they still nailed it in terms of diversity. Oh boy, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys. Boring as all shit. The only thing that kept you watching it as a kid was A, you were watching a show during school.
Right.
And B, you were like, oh, fucking Ben Affleck. This is crazy. But he sucked. It was little Ben Affleck. Wasn't as good. Cynically Insane says, wonder who molested him on the set.
Probably the old guy.
That was in Miss Kellerman's class, 6th grade. Oh, shit. Did we go to the same school? Motherfucker. Somebody knows. That wasn't a molesting show. That wasn't big enough that wasn't high enough on the Hollywood, arc or, levels. You don't get molested in those. You just don't get any money. That's a no money gig, not a get your butt fucked gig.
But hey, you get to, you get the exposure and the experience. Isn't that worth it for all of that? You get, put it on your...
Now is not the time for molestation, Ben Affleck. That comes later.
Totally different.
So do I.
So, Bane, stop doing molestation puns. We've talked about this. So this deaf guy continues to bitch about Mr. Beast helping deaf people. He says what Mr. Beast has produced here is flat out inspiration porn. Wow, what a shitty guy to try to inspire people and make them feel good. You know what we should do is read you in The Independent and feel like shit all the time. Wouldn't that be perfect? It's a term coined by the late, great disability activist Stella Young back in 2014 to describe the objectifying of disabled people for the benefit of non-disabled people. You know what? Fine. Then don't bitch about representation. Don't bitch about being seen in things. Because when someone wants to tell a story about a disabled person, what the rest of us want to see is a redemption arc. We want to see you be a hero and triumph. Fuck us, right?
We don't want to see you continue to deal with a
Yeah.
condition that batters, beats you, and wins over and over
Right.
and over again. It's just depressing.
Why don't you guys ever make a movie about us disabled people going through struggles for 2 hours? Because it's a fucking downer, and none of us want to watch that.
I can't believe someone needs to tell these people that. Have you lived your life?
Right. Your life has sucked. You understand.
I wouldn't want a movie made about my life. The ending would blow right now. We need
Yeah.
a turnaround first.
I don't want to even think about how bad your life is, let alone watch it on a movie screen. There has to be some kind of thing where you get some kind of miracle cure so I feel better. They don't understand that's like the role they play in society. If we can't be inspired by you overcoming your shit, no offense, we don't want to hear about you.
Yeah, we don't need to deal with it.
Right. We don't want to watch you bum us the fuck out just so you can feel properly represented. That's for AIDS movies. Like Philadelphia, right? He wins in the end, but he dies of AIDS. And we're like, oh, well, he got some justice. And,
But it killed him.
God still filled his tag, I mean, it was kind of a, yin and yang kind of thing.
Glass half full.
With the flick of a switch, Mr. Beast actually has each switch on be accompanied with a misleading toggle animation. What a prick. Individuals from multiple different countries can suddenly hear. And so ends their moment in the video as we move on to the next person. So Mr. Beast can help like some auditory Jesus. Well, he is kind of financially being an auditory Jesus. This is just one part of the problem. Of course, they have multiple problems with Mr. Beast helping the deaf.
Oh, I feel like they have multiple problems.
Yes. Not just the not hearing. You also don't think too good. In that it amplifies the dangerous misconception that hearing devices such as hearing aids and cochlear implants are cures or fixes for deafness. They aren't. Really? Because, and Johnny, try to follow me on this, before you wore the cochlear implant or the hearing aid, they could hear what?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. After they put the hearing aid or cochlear implant on, they could hear
Something.
That to me sounds like a fix or a cure.
That's like it's like someone telling me like, hey, it helps your legs move better and stuff, but it's not a fix or a cure. No, that is exactly a fix or a cure.
Right.
If I'm still going through the MS, but my symptoms are depreciated, that's more of a fix than not.
Right. It gets closer to me having MS on paper. They simply produce the sensation of hearing. They do not restore it.
Oh, you fucking dick. This asshole's legs work, but they're not working on their own. He's using some sort of brace or something. So he's fucking walking. What's your problem?
Jesus, this person is so bitter. Again, I think all the people in this Mr. Beast video should be allowed to punch this guy in the nuts.
Mr. Beast didn't walk in, wave a magic wand, and magically fix their ears.
He didn't even say bibbity boppity boop. He's a hack. They do not restore it, and when deaf people take off these devices for whatever reason, say to go to sleep at night, they are in these moments deaf. Yes, you know what else they're doing? Sleeping, so it doesn't matter.
I feel like the important thing the important subject to broach here, buddy, just hear me out. When they're awake and in their lives, talking to other people, they can hear. That just that seems like is that the goal?
Could you imagine being so miserable?
I can because I have been, but
I mean,
it's sad to see it from the outside.
This is absolutely remarkable to me. This is just a guy bitching and pissing and moaning because Mr. Beast helped some people hear.
And he's saying it, he's like, he didn't really help these people hear. Well, that's because you're moving the goalpost of helping people hear from they can actually hear to. You have to magically make their broken ears work.
There is nothing in Mr. Beast's video which acknowledges the fluctuating relationship we deaf people have with hearing and listening. Yeah, because it's a 6-minute video. It is not a binary process where we suddenly go from deaf to hearing, but rather these devices, as the name suggests, are there to aid hearing and help us pick up on auditory information we might not catch otherwise.
Yes, known as hearing.
It's known as hearing. God damn it, man. Stop embarrassing yourself. Not only that, but the video fails to properly emphasize the element of choice deaf people have around whether they want to use them. What? Is there a part in the video where Mr. Beast takes a drill and he just goes, there. Now you're not taking that fucking cochlear implant off, you deaf little shit.
No, Mr. Beast, I don't want the hearing aid. Actually, no, that's not how. No, Mr. Beast, I don't want the hearing aid. I don't want the hearing aid.
God, this guy is a miserable prick.
How fucking bad is your life that you can't just be like, hey, he's helping?
But there's a lot of these people. Like,
I know.
When Mr. Beast does this shit, there's a lot of people that go, this is fucking bullshit. He's an asshole. I hate Mr. Beast.
I think that's one of the other gifts about these videos is like he does this and all of these people come out at the woodwork and I just get to point at him and go, my life is better.
Right. Yeah, it makes me feel great.
It's just another way that he's giving back.
Others will decide not to explore them entirely, and some individuals won't be eligible for them altogether, at which point they might use sign language to communicate instead of speech with the help of hearing devices, which is fine too. Donaldson only considers sign language as something to tack on to the end of his video, though saying, providing hearing isn't the only way to connect people, and that sign language does so too, but struggling to underline the fact that deaf people can choose how they want to connect with the world. He said that when he included it in his video. Hey, some of these people might prefer to communicate via sign language, and that's okay too.
Hey, do you think the 1,000 people in the video volunteered?
Right. No, he held them down and took
the drill to their
drill and just went zzz, zzz, zzz. I spent a fortune on this fucking video and you're keeping this hearing aid in. Zzz. But did we have to use the 3 3/4 inch screws? I think it's touching my brain, Mr. Beast. How was it working before I got here? That is, before God decided I should come. I mean, we only need to look at Mr. Beast asking one individual if they think hearing or the 10 grand is the better news to know that the philanthropist is shockingly out of touch when it comes to disability. Dude, if I couldn't hear and somebody gave me my hearing back and while they asked me how it was, they slipped a didge, maybe like a knuckle deep in my asshole, I'd still be like, look, man, I knew this wasn't going to be free.
Yeah, but what happens if instead of slipping a didge, they give you 10 grand on top of it?
What a dick!
Yeah, this fucking asshole
didn't even finger my butthole. He just gave me 10 grand in hearing.
I wore a kilt for nothing.
I mean, if we're going to do a straight up like back of the baseball card stat to stat comparison, Mr. Beast has Jesus Christ beat. Because Christ just gave a guy his sight back. He didn't give him 10 grand.
And he only did it for one guy.
And you know why he only gave him, he didn't give him 10 grand?
Why?
Choosing their money. I was so
I repaired your vision. I feel like you could earn on your own now.
And to be quite frank with you, in all that celebration, I didn't hear one thank you. But that's okay. I just do it because I love. That's all.
I love too much.
Now, ardent fans of Donaldson may well dismiss all this legitimate criticism as me simply being a hater. I mean, That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's what it is.
I don't feel ashamed. Despite my lived experience. I love that one. Because you're that guy, you're the only authority on talking about this. That's a really honest way to argue. That's like saying, you have an opinion on abortion, but you're not a woman. It's like, yeah, I can still have an opinion on it. I don't dispute that Mr. Beast may well have good intentions. Oh, well, thank you so much. And that a rich man doing something charitable will warm many anti-capitalist hearts. But benevolent ableism very much exists. He's not doing it, though.
Do you know what also exists? Indifferent ableism. There's a lot of people who are able who just don't give a shit about you. I'm just saying in general. So maybe, I don't know, kind of enjoy the fact that one person is doing something and fucking putting out it's a public. How can you hate this? I'm going through it mathematically and I'm like, where he's helping people. He's promoting the issue, getting it out there on a platform that has thousands and thousands and thousands of followers.
Millions. No, he's the biggest guy on YouTube.
So, yeah, I mean, what the fuck is your problem?
What the fuck is... That's what I keep getting to. Like, I'm going to go through the chat in a little bit here, and they're saying the same thing. They're like, I'm trying to find the negative part of this.
Where is he being a dick?
Right, exactly. Spicy Mustard says there's a big part of the deaf community that is against cochlear implants. They view deafness as a community. That's like obese people who get mad at someone who loses weight.
I feel like that's like a community of people, any community of people who make one single part of their life their entire identity. That's kind of a problem. Like, stop doing that.
I told you we weren't shitting on LGBTQ people today.
Why would you mention them?
I don't know. It was screaming in my ear like I just put in a cochlear implant. Cynically Insane says, I'm communicating using sign language, and then just puts up middle fingers. Tanner Johnson says, what group of disabled people should he exploit next? That should be his next video. Just lean in with the fuck yous.
MS people who have trouble walking.
Ooh.
Hi, how you doing?
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota. Right.
Very good.
Central Minnesota.
The Pickle Man says, oh my God, just break the fucker's fingers already. It's clear he has nothing nice to say. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that he can't just go, wow, good for those people. Again, if I was one of the people who got my hearing back, I would go, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm really excited about this. Cynically Insane says, Mr. Beast is a phony. His last name is really Donaldson. Lying sack of shit. Hobo Chili Recipe says, I'm surprised he didn't give them $9,999 so the IRS wouldn't start dabbling. He's a thinker. Hulkamasha Baby says, Jesus gave them 10 shekels, but the little hats took 8 in taxes. Hobo Chili Recipe says, I served in Afghanistan. Is that my lived experience? Can I complain about it?
Absolutely.
No, because you're not Muslim. There.
Oh,
I don't know.
shit.
I'm not sure. Coltrane says, is this how we know Jesus didn't exist? A Jew that helped people without demands of money. KJ Fury says, if he wasn't a white man, he would be a saint. Yeah, but if he wasn't white, he wouldn't have helped. Jesus. Let's get started on today's show. I know that Johnny's not here for this one yet, and he would have really, really loved this one, but I have to get started. The Oakland A's announcer, Glenn Kuiper, made a little bit of an error. I'm not going to learn the guy's name because I'm pretty sure he might be fired by now, although I don't think he should be. There's a difference between what I think's going to happen and what should happen on things like this. For example, I don't think Imus should have been fired for what he did, but I knew Imus was going to be fired for what he did. Knowing something's going to happen is not the same as wishing it so. So for this Glenn Kuiper guy from the Oakland A's, he fudged, as they say. He had a little fudge on air. This is a guy so trying to say something. It's such a slip up. It is not him saying something messed up intentionally. He gave a big apology. I hope people let him go. When we're done with these next two clips, and I Google this guy's name, if he's fired, I think it's going to be really sad and really unfortunate because I don't think this guy meant to do what he did. I think, again, it was him trying to say something, and then it's just, when you're an announcer, sometimes you get talking too fast or whatever, and words kind of slam together and they screw up. So he is a baseball announcer, this Glenn Kuiper, for the Oakland A's. And there is, you may or may not know, of course, Major League Baseball didn't allow black people to play in the major leagues until Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Before that, there was a league called the Negro Leagues. That's just what it was called. The Homestead Grays, so many other teams. Lots of great players in the old Negro Leagues. Well, this NBC Sports announcer, Glenn Kuiper, was trying to convey how happy he was about going to the Negro Leagues Museum with his co-host, who's apparently dressed like a 1930s newsie. And I don't know why. It's Sami Zayn's less successful brother is the color commentator for Glenn Kuiper. So Glenn Kuiper wants to tell everyone that he went to the Negro Leagues Museum. Do you kind of see where this is going with my setup? If you're saying, oh no, then you know where this setup is going. So here's Glenn Kuiper talking about his trip to the Negro Leagues Museum. And if I were teaching a broadcasting school, I would use this video to stress the importance of enunciation. Glenn, take it away.
We had a phenomenal day today. Negro League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had
You know who I have to give a lot of credit to? The co-host guy. Either he didn't hear it because he knew he meant to say Negro Leagues Museum, or he was just so in shock by like, did I just hear him say the N-word? That he didn't even have time to make a face. Or, judging by this face here, he might just be medicated as shit. You know, anytime you see one guy with the one big eye and the one little eye, you start to wonder. But let's hear it one more time. Again, I believe in my heart. I don't think, people want to get people in trouble so quick now. I don't think this guy came out and said, you know what I'm going to do on TV today? I'm going to call the Negro Leagues Museum the N-word Leagues Museum. I don't think he did that. And if you think he did that, you're an idiot. And if you don't think that, and you know that he was trying to say Negro Leagues and he slipped up, and you still want this guy fired, you are what I like to call part of the problem. Because if the guy did slip up, if he meant to say strawberry and he said strawberry, you wouldn't try to get the guy fired. He misspoke. It just happened to be the word he was saying was off the top rope, high risk maneuver kind of a word, and he fucked it up. It happens. Somebody explain to me what's going to happen to the world if this guy doesn't get fired. If they let him just have his apology, he says whatever, he moves on, and he keeps doing baseball games. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing bad, nothing good. It's going to have zero impact on him, on you, on anything. He just might do a few more Ron Burgundy vocal warm-ups before the game. That's it. Let's listen to it one more time. You tell me if this was malicious or if the guy simply misspoke.
We had a phenomenal day today.
It's about to get worse.
Day today. Negro League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
I mean, he didn't even get the full Arthur Bryant's Barbecue plug in there, but that's okay. So I'm guessing they were in Kansas City then. I'm just judging by the fountains. Because Arthur Bryant's I know there's Arthur Bryant's Barbecue in Kansas City. So they were very impressed by that. And the Negro Leagues Museum. Negro. Negro. We are the Knights who say Negro. One more time. See if he nails it this time. Maybe the third time's a charm. Maybe he got it this time.
We had a phenomenal day today.
Cool.
Negro League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
It's nothing like going to the Leagues Museum and then having some barbecue right after. I'm even told by the people who own Arthur Bryant's Barbecue that after he had the barbecue, he went back and told the people, show is good. So the guy's trying to be nice. Mark Atkinson says, honestly, it didn't sound close to Negro. I think he was going for the Negro League Museum thing. You know what? Call me nuts. I'm defending the guy. Aaron fucks April sounding like Vince McMahon says Booker T is coming for him. As I scroll up in the chat to catch up with you guys, all I'm seeing is wow, oof, whoa. Yeah, I mean, everybody kept it together in that clip. So clearly he didn't mean anything. Union Jack saying, damn, he went for it hard. I don't think he did. I think he was trying to say Negro Leagues and he fucked up. I don't think an announcer goes on television and goes, you know what I'm going to say today and he looks like he's in his 50s, so 30-year broadcasting career. Today's the day I go and say the N-word on purpose. Omega Dreads Gaming Channel said it too fast. Exactly. That's all it was. I'm laughing lions. Yeah, maybe that's what the co-host is thinking. If I don't react, the bullets might miss me. Oh. Bob Rivers says, you say the co-host is the color commentary guy. Oh, no, not colored commentary. Color commentary. Yeah, people are saying it didn't sound close to Negro. Connor theorizing that the guy on the left is part of the Azov battalion. Rostog's broken spirit. Somewhere Marge Schott is smiling. We could play some clips of Marge Schott and some of the things that she thought about race, and more specifically Adolf Hitler, because, oh boy, did she have some things to say. Cynically Insane says, would have actually been worse if he went A, which is rarely the case. Yeah, like if he would have went Leagues Museum, then people would have known it wasn't a slip up. Loaded Wrench says they never slip up and say honky. Well, that's because the accepted vernacular for white people isn't nonky. Then it might happen more often. Triple N saying this guy, yeah, before every A's game, this guy should go, the arsonist has oddly shaped feet. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. He should be going red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. That's what he should be doing before each broadcast. Ooh. You know, I'm finding that a lot of people are not as forgiving on this as I am. Because they are saying, Aaron, I don't hear him trying to say any other word. I don't know. I just hear him going for Negro League Museum and, yeah. I mean, it's like the guy, remember the news guy who wanted to say Martin Luther King, and then he said Martin Luther COON? It was a flub on his part. That's all it was. Hobo Chili Recipe with $4.99 says, did someone say Negro accidentally on live TV? I've been summoned. Boy, that's going to kick off donations today. 325, excuse me, away from today's goal. Let's get that son of a bitch under 3 o'clock by the end of the hour. Let's also get the likes up to 150 before the end of the hour. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We are pushing 9,700, 10K by the end of May is what we're hoping for. Let's continue on with the chat. The unemployment check sure is good, says good old JR. I hope he doesn't get canned for this. D. Gulag says, now he can get a job on Compound. You know, it might help. I'll talk to everybody there, and I'll see what we can do for the guy. Maybe. Matt Fields calls him N-word guy 2.0. Mammy's barbecue is good. Sincerely, Jimmy the Greek. Yes. You see, the black athlete, back in the slave days, they used to take the big black and breed him with the big woman. And that's how they got a big black kid. Jesus. You shouldn't ask the 60-year-old sports announcer his thoughts on race when he's been drinking at a luncheon all day. That was unfair. That was entrapment. That was entrapment. All right, let's watch his apology and let's see. So we watched him say, you know, tried to say Negro Leagues Museum. It didn't come out right. Let's see how his apology went. Too groveling, just right, a little bit of defiance in it. Let's see how it went.
Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium. I just wanted to, a little bit earlier in the show, I said something didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to.
It's an understatement. Okay, so we're going with an understated apology. I tried to say something earlier. It didn't come out the way I wanted to. I mean, that's kind of like, you know, you said cinnamon and you went simonin. I mean, that's something not coming out the way you wanted to. You tried to say Negro Leagues Museum and you went hard R N-word. That's quite a bit different. But all right, let's check out the rest of the apology.
And I just wanted to apologize if it sounded different than I meant it to be said. And like I said, I just wanted to apologize for that. Laureano is the hitter.
This is what I love about sports guys. They don't know how to naturally transition
So
out
just
of
hard cut every time.
Yeah, out of sports into sincerity, and then out of sincerity and back into sports. So it's always like, I'm really sorry that it sounded like I said the N-word. My bad. There's one high and inside to Wilson, and the inning is underway. 1-0. It's just, okay, so we're just...
It's a terrible tragedy what happened to that family. They were all burned alive, and it's just outside.
Yeah, guys, can we have some kind of segue? It's like the old Artie Lang bit where he talks about Jack Buck, the announcer, trying to do like transitions from movie of the week plugs back to the game. I want to see if we can find that. It's a pretty short clip. Artie Lang, Jack Buck. Oh no! All you get is the Joe Buck live interview.
Oh no!
which was a fucking disaster. Oh man! Actually,
poking the bear, just trying to make you make a mistake, right? And you didn't.
We
take
might.
the bait. Much more entertaining.
Holy shit, Paul Rudd actually did look younger.
Did you see what Angelina was wearing? By the way, you owe me money.
Hold on, we'll get there. I think it's one of the first
I'm
things.
also a well-known homophobe. Tried like Tony. Cowboys.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You know the show's on HBO, right? Scuttlebutt to speak of it
I wanna-
as of now. Mostly
here.
I got to worry about.
They get to.
But Joe's father was a hero of mine. He
Here it
used to
is.
do games for the Cardinals. He was an announcer, and he was one of the last real men's men. He wasn't.
You know what's great? You couldn't tell that Artie was a junkie way back then, could you?
That nose isn't too flat yet.
Oh no, he looks like shit. He just looks fucked up. And that's how he looked all the time in the early 2000s.
You couldn't tell. That was the beautiful thing about it. Is
Well,
like,
are you being serious? Because I was fucking kidding. He looks like shit. He looks like a junkie. His hair's all fucked up. His face looks all disheveled.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had that whole ball in the air thing. I don't know what I'm doing.
You did wake up late today.
Yeah.
You think this looks good?
No, I was playing along.
Oh,
asshole.
okay. I hope
I was like, yeah, you couldn't tell. He was so fucked up all the time. What really? Like, oh.
politically correct, like a pussy. You know, I mean, and you following that. Like, I'm on a Howard Stern show. Howard's not a pussy, man. Howard says what he fucking feels, and clearly so do I. But I don't have as much money. But Jack Buck was your father.
Correct.
And it wasn't like a lot of people think
Spoiler
Louis
alert.
Armstrong. It was your father. Jack Buck was your father.
True.
And
Is this gonna take a while? 'Cause
yeah,
This is,
yeah. Sorry to ruin your fucking great show.
Yeah. I appreciate the apology because you have.
I'll tell it quick. So Jack Buck is doing the 1990 National League Championship Series on CBS, and he wanted to talk about baseball. He was an old baseball guy, and CBS would make him do shitty promos for CBS Movies of the Week,
Right.
in the middle of a play, and he didn't know what it was and shit. Like, he didn't know what the movie was or the name of the actresses, but he was so brilliant at being a great announcer that he would use whatever the promo was to segue into the next play. So he would say stuff like, there's a fly ball of Bonds. He's there. He's got it. That's the way this one starts. And by the way, tonight on CBS, Meredith Baxter Bierney stars as a battered woman in something called I Want My Kids Back, the Jessica Connor story, starring Meredith Barney Baxter. She's a battered woman. Speaking of batters, here's Barry Larkin.
That's kind of how I see this guy. He's like, sorry I said the N-word. Anyway, there's an N-word on to pitch now, and here's... honestly, I don't think they should fire that guy. In fact, I think he's still there. Glenn Kuiper, he would have been fired by now. I mean, this happened on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, no, he'd be gone by now or suspended.
Uh-oh. Breaking news yesterday.
Uh-oh.
A's broadcaster Glenn Kuiper suspended after on-air racial slur. I'm worried we might not see old Glenn anymore.
Well,
Yikes.
At least he has more time to spend at the League Museum.
Yes. Maybe he can go there enough times where he learns its actual name. No, Glenn, one more time. Negro Leagues. Maybe he has a speech impediment he didn't understand existed, and he didn't know that it was actually called the Negro. When he tries to say Negro League Museum, it just always comes out that way.
I just have a really weird form of dyslexia where the word Negro just seems like to me every time.
NBC Sports California said in a statement Saturday that Kuiper will remain off the air until a review of what happened during Friday night's broadcast is completed.
We just did one.
Yeah, he's done. We're going to keep him off the air until our investigation is complete. Well, your investigation is going to find that a bunch of shitheads who don't watch baseball wrote you letters and emails and tweets, and your assholes are going to pucker up, and you're going to let this poor bastard go. And this is kind of the problem with sports in general, is it's trying to appeal to everybody instead of just sports fans. Baseball fans don't give a shit that he said this.
You mean if they fire this guy, a bunch of people won't start going to the Oakland A's games?
No, right, exactly. A bunch of, gay, trans, black, liberal activists are not going to start buying season tickets because you fired the announcer. You know what they do when you fire the announcer?
What?
After that, they go, okay, cool. What are you going to do for us next? They're like, what do you mean? Yeah, well, we want more stuff. Well, we just fired the guy that said the thing that you didn't like. I know. Now what? Are you going to have a Negro Leagues Awareness Day? No, we weren't going to do that. The A's are racist, and we're picketing, and we are protesting the Oakland A's because they won't have a Negro Leagues Day.
We can't have a Negro Leagues Awareness Day. There isn't one anymore. We got rid of them.
Yeah, we retired Vita Blue's number. Now he's dead. We'll throw out a first pitch in his honor. It'll be fine. By the way, Vita Blue, that's true. Vita Blue did die yesterday, so it's really been raining shit on the A's this week. Vince Cutronio and Johnny Dasco will rotate in as play-by-play announcers during Kuiper's absence. Imagine you're like friends with Kuiper, and now you're replacing him, and you got to text him and be like, hey, man, really sorry. This is totally awkward, but it's a good opportunity for me. I'll put in a good word for you while you're there.
It's kind of like buddies who now share a girlfriend. One's an ex. And
right.
Hey, this is really weird. I'm kind of, plumbing your lady.
And it feels good, but I feel bad at the same time. Just
I don't feel great about it when I'm talking to you.
These two are like, don't worry, man. We're going to make sure you stay there. And then when the A's come to one of them and goes, hey, we want to give you $6 figures a year to call some baseball games, and we want to let Glenn go. And they're like, oh, no, I like Glenn. It's like, well, we'll just tell him there was nothing you could do about it. I'm like, sweet, I'll sign the contract.
Problem solved.
The 20-season announcer apologized ahead of the 6th inning of the California team's game against the Royals, telling viewers his wording didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to. Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah, I would say.
I was trying to say Negro Leagues. I said the N-word with a hard R. So you guys might be surprised to know this. I did not want to say that word. That wasn't my intention, to just shout the N-word with a hard R just before a baseball game.
I feel like the best way to cover for that, don't apologize. Just come on and be like, I'm sorry. Well, I guess it is an apology. I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that they weren't called that.
There you go. You just be like, I'm a little bit older gentleman, and I don't keep up with the changing vernacular. But I understand now we call them crickets. All right. Let's go to Chicago. Let's check things out. I know what you guys are thinking. Chicago, Hobo Chili Recipe with $1.99 says, can we talk phrenology? No, we're not going to look at dimples and skulls and shit like that.
I only want to get my phrenology from Leo, please.
We're gonna hang tight.
This dimple right here.
On all that. Old Ben had 3 dimples were for compliance. Let's go to Chicago.
Fine.
Where I know you guys are thinking Chicago, shithole, crime-ridden, the whole deal. Well, I have great news. Chicago is getting better, and I have a video story to prove it. Yeah. Would you like me to show you the evidence that I have that Chicago is not just a place where people shoot the shit out of each other?
Yes, please.
All right, here you go.
Chicago police took a woman into custody overnight following a string of assaults on the Northwest Side where victims were battered with a baseball bat.
Baseball bat.
No gun.
Hey, that is improvement, kind of.
Oh, my God, right? It was. It was Hans Taywin.
Yeah.
Baseball bat. Baseball bat. If I use my profiling, I would say she's black. Sorry.
It was close.
And now charges are pending. An arrest after a series of bizarre attacks is bringing some relief. Police say in 6 separate incidents, a woman driving a white car jumped out.
What?
Oh, what?
If you care to join me in the parlor, we will be serving white cake.
A white car.
White.
the only thing white in the entire story.
Right. No kidding.
Is her mode of transportation.
Except maybe the victims.
You know what? How dare I?
You don't know.
Marquise, I'm sorry. Her racism knows no bounds.
I'm burnt.
I'm sorry to Nick as well.
I'm sun-scorched. Leave me alone.
Out and attacked women who were...
Hey, Kingdom of Nakedness. Oh, different Scorch. Sorry. O&A callback.
Were out walking in Northwest Side neighborhoods, in some cases using a metal bat. Some of the incidents...
So far, judging by the bottom heaviness, I'm going to say no white victims yet.
Oh, see, I looked at the arm, and that looked like a white-ass arm.
Oh, did it?
I thought.
All right, let's go back.
In Northwest...
I'm always into rewind for racial reasons.
outside neighborhoods, in some cases using a metal
That's a black
bat.
lady.
Some of the
Fine.
incidents happening in Alderman Matt Martin's ward.
I'm just happy that an arrest was made, and at the end of the day, in addition to holding this woman accountable, if indeed she's the person who committed these crimes, making sure that she gets the help that she obviously needs.
Wow, I mean, with that kind of tough talk, who doesn't have hope for Chicago?
Can we stop saying that? I hope they get the help they need. They don't want help.
No. Again, with guys like this running the city, I mean, who needs people to try and fuck it up when you have guys like this trying to help?
Well, it's that mole distracting him from what's really important.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
We're not supposed to talk about the bloody mole, but there it is. It's a bloody mole. If you've got some lady just beating the shit out of 6 people with a baseball bat randomly throughout town, and the first thing you think of is, well, at least we got her after 6 people, and gee golly, I hope she gets the help she needs.
I think we're a little past
help. Dude, I don't. It's every man for himself in Chicago at this point, Alderman.
Mentally.
There's only one alderman in Chicago that I trust.
Who?
And that's Alderman Laylo Brown. If you want to be down, vote Laylo Brown.
Oh.
Barbershop Part 2.
The attacks was caught on video. Shannon Condon grabbing her cell
Ouch,
phone
dude.
when she saw a woman with a metal bat approach
That's a
2 women
stroller.
walking.
Oh, so it's white.
That's a stroller. Wait, what do you mean?
Nothing.
If it was anything but that, how do you think they'd be transporting their children?
Like in one of those leather book straps?
See, I kind of figured like strap into their chest.
Oh, okay.
With a baby.
I saw the woman with the bat start hitting the
Yeah, it's white. Okay.
ladies over and over again. And
I yelled to her, take that shit back to your own neighborhood.
It's an Irish lady.
Yeah, what the fuck is she doing there?
Get out of Chicago.
One of you is in the wrong place.
It's your fault. You were there.
Yeah, I don't know who.
You're not supposed to be there.
One of you is trying to gentrify this motherfucker.
the ladies were screaming.
It's scary. I mean, during the day, be a mother.
Butterfly in the sky. Sideways gun, he'll die. Sorry.
Jesus Christ,
Take
Aaron.
a look. The city's shook.
Mother walking out.
You should probably go.
Stop. I want to say it so bad. You got to stop singing it.
Oh, sorry, the DMX version.
Oh,
I
you
forgot
weren't
about
even
that.
doing
No,
that
I
on
was just
purpose?
Singing the
Oh,
Reading
God.
Rainbow
It was
song.
right at that's right on my teeth.
Screaming.
It's scary. I mean, during the day, be a mother walking outside with your small child and being targeted as so many were.
You know what's really great and awesome? You know, we got to look at the positives of these stories.
Okay.
In this part of Chicago, you know who never gets attacked walking with their children?
Who?
The fathers. I wish I could sit here and hang my head in shame, but I'm proud of that joke.
I have goosebumps.
You do.
Like they give me goosebumps.
I am talented. You are correct.
Random from someone who
Spicy.
clearly is not well, wielding a bat. Absolutely scary.
This incident.
Are you a doctor, sir? Clearly not well. Somebody's being judgmental.
How does a bat wielding assailant choose their target?
By race. I'm gonna find me a marshmallow soft white bitch to hit with my Easton, motherfucker.
Sounds like something Crowder would say.
New Crowder.
Happened Tuesday on North Mozart near Sunnyside Avenue.
How ironic. Near what?
Sunnyside.
Something named after one of the most cultural artists of all time. I'm gonna beat this bitch with a bat, y'all.
Well, Sunnyside too is not very accurate. I wish we could slow down the video of it and put that music to it.
By the way, not Mozart. That was
Shit.
no Johann Sebastian Bach.
Oh,
was not
just
shit.
say Bach.
Oh,
It's Bach.
sorry. Was I being too elitist by knowing the entire name?
Yes.
Was I shaming you?
Nobody knows that. It's Bach.
Ludwig von Beethoven?
Everyone knows that, but they just say Beethoven.
Oh, well, they might think the dog.
He is the better Beethoven.
How dare you?
Ravenswood Manor neighborhood. Soon after, 3 more reports of similar attacks in the area. Those 4.
That one happened near Punchahonky Road. Sorry.
Oh my God. It is oozing from you.
Yes. Whack-a-Paleface Avenue. It's where the next one happened. Crack a white bitch into Teeth Boulevard. These are weird street names they have in this area.
He's got a hair up his ass today, fellas. I don't know.
Crack-a-hoe Drive was the next.
Whoa. Don't forget there was a baby in there.
Are in addition to 2 that took place on Sunday. Alderman Martin saying at this point it's believed that
somebody
the
just cracks
incidents
her
are
with
a
a bat
series
right
of
now.
Somebody just decks her.
Somebody just comes up behind her screaming. You can see him running across the courtyard and she just winds up. Did she have good form?
She's got Sting face paint on. She cracks her in the back of
Which
the bucket.
one? Because technically painting is the other one would be face paint too.
Okay, people are coming up with great fucking street names. I have to do this. Oh, Honky Highway, Smack-a-Cracker Road.
Cracker Barrel parking lot.
Oh, Bach is Crisp, Milk Cricket Lane.
Jeez.
Grape Soda Boulevard. Wait a minute.
Hennessy Highway.
I know. No.
I love Hennessy Highway.
Hennessy Highway is calling me home. Eileen Dover, Batten Bitches Boulevard. Hobo Chili Recipe. I cannot read that. You know I can't. Does it have a great ring to it? Of course.
You can't see either of his. You can't do either. Did you see them both?
Oh, yeah, I can't read that one either. Whack-a-Whitey Way. Very good, David Lyons.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh, no, Flex says it was on Lean Avenue. Orange Boy Sideways Gun Lane. See, you could go with either race on this one. It's kind of nice. White Cake Way, says Rojogan. Crispy Chicken Circle. Newport Trail, says Loaded Ranch. Oh,
that's mean.
Guys, this is offensive. All of this behavior is remarkably offensive. Ben here since effing early. Thanks for the entertainment. Bradley with $10. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that for the $10 over there on PayPal.
Thank you.
150, guys. There you go. 150 away from knocking this thing out tonight. Thank you. Very exciting. Only 150 away. I'm going to pin that to the top of the page. You can click on the Streamlabs, the PayPal, or the Venmo link and chip in a little bit if you'd like. Oh, man.
Oh, these are so
Fatherless
bad.
Freeway.
Careful on some of these.
Credit Falls Drive, that Petey Green Boulevard. I like that one. There should be a Petey Green Boulevard. Oh, man.
I was going to say hit and run roundabout, but are there cars?
Can't read that one. Can't read that one. Kool-Aid Cove is cute.
N-word pass just works.
Doc Brewski, very good. Matt Fields, Cracking Crackers Court. Oh, can't read that one. Can't read that one. 187 Dolomite Drive. Thank you, Nebo. David Lyons, can't read that one. Oh, Chitlin Street. Won't you tell me how to get to Chitlin Street?
Colt 40 Avenue.
Here we stay, looking for our dad all day. Mom says he's away getting cigarettes. Won't you tell me how to get to Chitlin? Sorry.
Oh, man.
On the corner of please and bitch better have my money. Oh, boy. Can't read that. Can't read that. Marquis says this racism is killing me inside. Yeah, this is nasty, isn't it? Doc Till says, I thought you taught us it was just called Lazy Town.
Yeah, that is true. You did do that.
I can't really get mad at people for doing this, as I've clearly
really bad.
Clearly enabled this kind of behavior. Guys, these are
getting worse.
They're disgusting. Scarface, that's just a little on the nose. Alra Rick says, it was on 4th Street. Why are you people being so racist?
Stray Bullet Lane.
I think we're following the great Brazil Nut way. That's good. I like that one.
This is remarkably racist.
This is, guys, I got to tell you.
I disavow.
Not to take sides here or anything, but
you're actually on the lady with the bat side now, right?
This is all horrifically offensive, and quite frankly, I'm ashamed to be associated with any of it.
You People Parkway.
Matt Fields, You People Parkway.
That's good.
Hussein with a good one, Mud Shark Manor.
Ooh.
Oh my God, wrong hole, Rick. That is fucking terrible and a deep cut. Wow. Guys, if I don't click on another story right now,
I'm getting hotter somehow.
Never going to get the fuck out of here. We got to get through Otaku and we got to get through Busta Rhymes in 23 minutes here. I think we can do it. Wrestling Otaku made a video called I Get 1,000 Likes on This Video, I'll Go to the Gym. Now, first of all, I want to say about our buddy Wrestling Otaku, it's good to just go to the gym in general. Especially if you might be a little overweight and you eat poorly, like let's say a lot of Hungry Man TV dinners.
Oh boy, Pepsi.
You guzzle Pepsi.
Ice cream.
You should probably be going to the gym and working some of that off. I mean, I go to the gym about 4 days a week just to keep this dog shit the way it is.
Right, just keeping the shit to shoe level.
Keeping the shit to shoe level. I do fucking 10 3-minute rounds of heavy bag work. I do lifting. I get in the sauna.
You know what
just to keep this shit up.
What I've decided about Aaron is that he goes to the gym so he can afford to eat his Quick Trip snacks. Is that accurate?
Dude, today it was a Quick Trip plastic wrapped turkey deli sandwich.
See, and now I'm anticipating you shitting your brains out again.
And I put some mayo on it and some mustard, and I had a Diet Mountain Dew, and I was a happy boy.
Maybe they're great, but I'm so nervous about sandwiches.
You know, I tell you about this. I look at the back of the package, 270 calories. I feel great.
Yeah, I bet a gas station sushi container would say the same thing. Would you still eat that?
It depends if it had any brown spots. Well, anyway.
Then why brown, Aaron?
This isn't about me. This is about Otaku.
Okay.
And Otaku says if he gets 1,000 likes on this video, he'll go to a gym. Let's hear our man out.
All right.
Now, do you see a man who needs to be going to a gym?
No, I see.
Of course not.
Pure sexiness.
I see the Greek god Apollo.
Going on, folks? Wrestler Otaku back here on the one and only Wrestler Otaku channel. Of course, your personification of excellence on YouTube and YWC, the kingpin of the IWC, the O-Dog. I'm back here on this Wednesday afternoon. It is May 10th of 2023. Just got back from the store. Had a day off today.
I have to say what I'm absolutely bewildered and impressed by. Whether it's the shit going on with Stevie Lou and the Grindle guy, whether it's Wrestling Otaku, whether it's any of these guys doing stream sniping, we have a channel that is far bigger and gets far more views than any of these channels. And yet I feel like we're fucking nobody. I feel like our numbers need to start going up because they're dog shit. And yet all of these people, half the size and smaller, if you go to Social Blade and look at the views and all that, these people are talking like they're king shit. I'm the kingpin of the IWC. I'm the O-Dog. Meanwhile, I sit here at night going, I need my show to grow faster. Where the fuck does this confidence come from these people with 200 views?
I don't know. Is it maybe that you have nothing to lose?
I guess.
I think there's something to that.
Lack of pride?
Maybe he's just a really confident man.
I guess. If you could give this show's quality and give it Otaku's confidence,
I mean,
we'd be Mr. Beast.
The guy's confident enough to film from under him, which shows the entire neck beard and the insides
remarkable.
of his nose.
Yes.
Thank goodness. This has been a busy work week, I tell you. So I'm just in here relaxing. Got AEW Dynamite coming on later. Can't wait for that. Should be a really good show stacked.
Got like a bullfrog
tonight.
I kind of envy his life a little bit.
So I'm just about to get into play some Apex Legends. Apex Legends, get a new season started yesterday.
Oh shit!
Season 17, I think. Yeah, so it started yesterday.
What about the gym?
Didn't get the chance to play it because, again, I was working most of yesterday, and so I'm about to fire this up, and I might even do a Twitch stream later because I haven't done a Twitch stream in quite some time. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a Twitch stream, so I might just do my stream maybe in a little bit, maybe for the next half hour.
I like this.
Why does he do his eyebrows like that?
I like that you think he does them. That's just not natural
I don't know.
growth.
It doesn't look natural, so I kind of want to know what he does.
I like that Otaku's kind of a loose cannon. Might do a Twitch stream, might jack off.
That's why
I don't know.
That's why I said I kind of envy his life in a way because like he's so excited just to go watch something on TV later, and I haven't felt that in so long.
I know, and we're
he's
sitting
so
here
simple.
We're sitting here going, the fucking coffee, let's get that to take off. I'm excited about that, and blah blah blah. And you're like, oh shit, the day's
I've got
over.
6,000 irons in the fire right
Oh.
now.
I mean, you did get to go fishing all day, so there is
What
that.
did I do the rest of the week?
Well, I get it, but I mean,
I needed that for a little
I'm
bit.
trying to talk you off the ledge of being jealous of wrestling otaku.
Oh, excuse me. While I understand you were sick, but I spent an entire like half a week in a kid's room painting.
You understand?
My arm is on fire.
You understand? You just stated that you're jealous of wrestling otaku. I'm trying to help you a little bit, not
That's
be
not
jealous.
what it sounds like.
I'm trying to help you not be jealous of wrestling otaku.
I'd take him fishing on the same boat even.
Step back from that ledge, my friend.
Do you think he'd like my little boat?
Oh,
Would he like me to row him around?
He would have a hard time in the little rowboat. He would
What?
not like. Yeah, he would have a tough
No.
time, I think.
I think he'd be fine.
So around 5, 6 p.m., whatever the case may be, until Dynamite comes on. So if I do, I'll let you guys know via this channel in the community tab. I'll make a post about it. But real quick, I want to make this video just kind of another random kind of video I want to throw out
Fuck
here.
yeah, otaku.
If you guys remember, I did a poll about a few days ago.
I did.
How big was
whether
it?
or not you guys would want to see me do a smash and pass video for the WWE women's roster.
If you're the WWE women's roster, you're sitting there shouting, no!
No, I do. I actually
Really?
want to see what he would smash.
I
want to see what he's into.
If I'm part of the WWE roster, that is a no-win video for me.
Otaku, my vote's the only one that counts. I want to see it. I
Either-
want to see what Otaku's into.
Either this wants to fuck me, or this doesn't want to fuck me. Tell me where the positive is for me if I'm a WWE superstar. Exactly.
I didn't want to say it out loud, but they're not going to know about it.
I'd make them watch if I worked for WWE. If I worked for WWE, I'd be subscribed. I'd be subscribed to Otaku, and I would be showing everybody these videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Randy Orton would be a big wrestling Otaku fan if I worked for WWE.
And a resounding number of you said yes, so I'm going to be doing that very soon. But want to do something like I like doing little polls and stuff like that, and doing little
That's a
videos.
bad-
None of us say that.
Yeah, see, Otaku, if you got a lot of trolls and shit, you don't say things like, I like to do little polls.
You just said it.
It's just, well, I'm used to it.
I'm sure they'll clip you.
Or interact with you guys. Give you guys.
What am I going to do with those 10 people that will read it?
Give me your feedback and
But
stuff
take it
like that, and
seriously.
polls or questions or whatever the case may be. So this is going to be another video here, kind of that ilk, but a little bit different. Not quite a poll, but
Ilk?
it's more so
Nice word.
something involving my video, my channel, and the ratings of the video, if you will. Now, in my time here on YouTube, especially within the last couple years, you've obviously had, the dipshits, the haters, the detractors, the people who don't care, whatever, or say they don't care.
Hey, I'm right here. That hurts my feelings.
Don't identify as one of those.
I thought we were cool.
I'm cool.
I think he classifies us as one of the haters. He calls us the Stank Ho Morning Show, for God's sake.
What if that is endearing and he looks on it fondly?
Oh, no, he kind of sees us as one of his vassals. Like, he conquered us, and now we're
a vassal now.
We're in his pocket, yeah.
But yet they follow my channel, they subscribe to me, they comment on all my shit, and on some instances they do reactions to my videos and stuff like that, and they don't care.
Okay, now I'm starting to think.
These wrestling otakus, nobody, blah blah blah.
Oh,
One
we
of
don't
the
say
things
that.
they'll say to me most often is, "Oh, you need to go to a gym. You need to go to a gym. You need to get in shape."
You only get to do the "you're a retard" voice if they don't have a point.
Hey.
Like, if you're
That's a whole lot of man.
Like, if you're in, name a celebrity who's in good shape, Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey can go, oh, yeah, people say, oh, you need to get in shape. Ugh. That's fair for him to say that. If people look at you and go, you need to get in shape, you don't get to do the duh voice to that because they're making a valid point.
What if he's just feeling kind of that day? Unique does it all the time.
First of all, Unique is a special boy, and he gets to say things that Otaku doesn't. Exactly.
And all that stupid shit, trying to tell somebody what to do. And one thing that I don't really like is being told what to do, especially by a bunch of dipshits who don't know any better.
Right. I like to make videos telling everybody what they should do and how fucking stupid they are when it comes to pro wrestling. But I don't need people to look at my 3 necks and 4 chins and go, you should maybe do a little treadmill time. Those people are overstepping their boundaries.
I'm having a hard time. So it was the eyebrows first, but like his neck beard cuts off in such a clean line. What's going on there?
Obviously grooming.
You know, and these are people who are not an influence in my life whatsoever. You know, they don't care whatsoever about me. They don't care about my well-being. They don't care about all that shit, and yet they want to sit here and give me advice. And I'm not fucking taking your advice. As simple as that. But
oh shit, Otaku's
but
not.
I decided, and I was thinking about that for a bit, and I decided to do this video, okay? Because I just had an idea to just do this video, okay? So, you guys want so bad for me to go to a gym, right?
I thought he said, "Fuck you, I'm not going to the gym."
No,
Isn't
he
that what
said
he just
1,000 likes and I'll go.
No, he hasn't said that yet on this video. What he just said on the video was, I said, fuck you, I ain't going to the gym because you don't give a shit about me.
Yeah, but then he said he sat and reflected on it.
You know what? That's true. He's like Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, but people hate him too.
He had an impulse and then he
They
said,
should.
you know, as a grown man, I thought about it and I had a better idea.
I think this is Otaku's O face.
Oh, no, Otaku's coming. Gravy.
I'm feeling pretty generous right now.
Oh,
okay? And
I want
you know,
gravy.
I consider myself a fair man. I'm a fair person. I'm a generous person.
Yes.
You know, I'm an
I like
open and honest
fairs.
person. So here's what I'll do. Okay, you guys want me to go to a gym so bad. You guys want me to do this so bad or do that so bad. Whatever. In this case, go to a gym. Let's do this. Okay. But if I'm gonna give you something, you got to give me something in return, right?
Oh.
Sax.
If you guys jack me off, I'm going to go to the gym.
You keep getting his face in bad spots.
Now he looks like Edward Norton in Kingdom of Heaven when they took off his mask and he had leprosy.
Oh, no.
Kind of give and take kind of thing.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what.
You take the seed out of my dick hole and I'll go do some push-ups.
This video right now, okay? This video that
Yes.
I'm recording, that I'm about to put out.
The one we're watching.
If this video gets 1,000 likes, 1,000 on the button.
Yep.
If this video gets 1,000 likes, I will go to a gym.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I will do something good for myself if you get me 1,000 likes. Now, wait a minute. I don't like that he's saying that this is a possibility because he knows for a fact he's not getting 1,000 likes on this video. That's like me going, hey, guys, if I get 3 million likes on, or if I get 3 million views on this stream, I'll stick my dick in a shark's mouth.
I want you to be the first one to like this video.
I won't be. I bet you it's got 50 likes already. Oh, never mind.
Oh, wait, that was...
It's got 97. How many views we got? We got 152 views. I'm the 39th like on Otaku's video. So if he gets 1,000 likes, he's going to go to the gym. That's kind of dumb because you're basically going, hey, I'll do something really good for myself, but only if you guys slut out my YouTube shit.
I think it'd be really funny if Otaku went to the gym one time and discovered he really liked it.
And just
then
gets fucking jacked.
He got jacked and now he's just slaying puss left and right. Just like owning everyone
it
on YouTube.
backfires on all of us. We're like,
He's just so hot.
We're going to laugh our asses off at Wrestling Otaku looking like a dick. And then all of a sudden, Wrestling Otaku's like, hey, it's Wrestling Otaku. And he's got like a chiseled like jawline.
His hair does that cute little flip thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Happy Plank Doctor with $5 says, we love Otaku for who he is. Yeah.
Always.
Maybe we'll all be like Lizzo fans. And if he loses weight, we're going to hate him and be mad at him.
I wouldn't.
It won't be the same
I'm always
Otaku.
going to be supportive of Otaku.
That's very sweet of you.